It is 6 o'clock at the... Ooh, there's a little bit of a glitch. Did you hear right at the end of the... There was a little glitch in the audio. Can you check that out? It's like it's an old piece of tape that got creased, but we're all digital, so I don't know what the hell happened. Can you listen back to the very end? The very end, there was a little, little glitch. Sounded like an old cart tape. Had a little glitch in it. Hey, Michelle, I probably should have... started the show with the People's Court music because Michelle, ladies and gentlemen, is on the edge of her seat, watching for any indication that the jury is coming back in the Karen Reed trial up in the Boston area. Michelle?
Yeah?
Do you think there'll be a verdict today?
I don't know. I think last time they deliberated for maybe 3 or 5 days,
right,
and they came back with a hung jury. Now, they do have a lot of evidence to go through, and this is a really young jury from what they're saying.
What, like preschool?
Yeah.
Like second graders?
No, I think they said around 30-year-olds. That kind of tends to be either the median or the average. Oh, yeah. We have had people in that courtroom analyzing every aspect of this case. I mean, more so than Diddy. It is remarkable. So
30-year-olds, does that make them the back end of millennial, or are they older Gen Z?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
yeah.
And then you have some jurors, like the one who was picked as the foreman, apparently took 0 notes for the whole 8-week trial.
Fester, glad you could join us.
He's here.
Dude, you're walking in like you're constipated. What are you all bound up over there?
I assure you, I am anything but constipated.
All right. What's your deal walking in 3 minutes late?
I had an event
that
happened.
All right, Michelle, hold on. Put the Karen Reed Big Boston trial. Put that on hold for a second. What was your event? You're walking in all tentative.
Because people say, I had an emergency. It's not an emergency. I didn't have an emergency, but I had something happen that's minor.
Was it a shart?
No, nothing like that.
It had to do with Miss Mabel.
Nothing. No. It's happened. Listen, I got to the radio station in plenty of time.
I said shart.
Oh.
Yes, you did say shart.
I said shart.
Nothing.
It's not on the list, by the way.
Nothing involving soiling any clothing or anything that would make me run back home.
What was your freaking event? You just interrupted the whole flow of the beginning of the show. What?
I want you to keep in mind this isn't an emergency.
Okay, we got
it. But it had to be addressed.
It's an event.
I get to the radio station in plenty of time.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I even opened my car door.
Let me guess. There was an alligator strolling in the parking lot.
Nothing like that.
Okay.
That would be an emergency. That would be a significant emergency. That'd be a significant event, maybe not quite an emergency, depending how close I am.
Okay.
I actually...
If you saw an alligator, you would shart.
I probably would.
All right.
Again.
All right, go ahead.
Depending how close it is to me.
Right.
I actually man-spreaded in my driver's seat for a couple of seconds. I had some time.
Hold on. What are you saying?
Man spread.
No. Hold on. You arrive here in plenty of time.
I had no reason to rush up the stairs.
So you're just sitting. Let me ask you, what do you consider plenty of time? The show open hits at about 5:50, 8:30. Just a minute and a half before 6 o'clock. Typically, what do you consider arrival at the parking lot in plenty of time? Just out of curiosity.
5:56.
Okay.
Yeah, I had 3 minutes at least
to waddle up here.
Yeah, so I sat in the car for a little bit, hung out, didn't do much. Then I was like, I should get going because my, 2-minute alarm that I have set on my phone, it rings.
Mm-hmm.
I know, and then I kind of have a good judge of time. I'm going to walk in just as the intro ends. And I start plopping myself up the stairs because we have a staircase here. And I could see my car in the parking lot. And I'm holding my key fob in my hand.
Right.
And I guess the inertia or thrust of me lumbering up the stairs, I hit the trunk feature of my car.
All right, so you're saying that your fat folds?
No, it was my thumb. I didn't have it underneath my boob or anything.
No. But just you were holding the fob, or the fob was in your pocket?
No, the fob was in my hand because I just locked it.
But you hit the trunk open.
That's
button.
Right.
Yes.
I didn't mean to hit it. I'm almost to the top landing where we come into the radio station.
But if it's in your hand, you keep your hands off the buttons.
I was just holding it. I didn't know I was that close to the trigger range.
So you popped the trunk. So you had to go back down, and that took you 3 minutes to go back down and close your trunk because you accidentally opened your trunk?
It only took me 3 minutes, yes.
All right.
Only.
So that was your event?
I told you, it's not an emergency. What do you call something?
Hello, 911. Hello, I accidentally opened my trunk.
911? What's your event? There should be a less significant line to call.
There is. This police have the non-emergency number. There is a less significant line to call.
I guess
you've got 911, and then most police agencies have a non-emergency number that you can call.
I don't even want to associate the word emergency with my event because it wasn't. Right. But it was still an event that had to be addressed.
You've just derailed the show for no reason whatsoever.
Apologies.
I opened the trunk accidentally. All right, Michelle, okay. Back over to your Karen Reed watch.
Oh, yeah. So the jury is young, and we have the jury foreman who was picked by the judge just arbitrarily. She doesn't pick it arbitrarily. It's like the juror who's sitting in seat number 1. So you pick this guy who is the foreman who apparently took 0 notes for the whole 8-week trial. And yet you have somebody who took 5 notebooks of notes, and that person is an alternate.
Okay.
So, it's just crazy. We don't know, everybody, if you read the internets, Reddit and Twitter and everything, it's just crazy. Like all of the commentary and what people are speculating about, how are they believing the science? Whose side you're on with the science really matters. It's incredible.
What is your guess? A lot of people are following this.
Yeah.
What is your guess on Karen Reed? Innocent? or I should say not guilty or guilty.
I mean, I feel like
or another hung jury.
I think it could almost end up in another hung jury. There's just a lot of reasonable doubt there, but enough. I don't know. There's enough evidence there that people might go, you know what?
There is substance to the prosecution's case.
Yeah,
there is some substance, but there are so many sketchy things.
Well, that's called reasonable doubt. And I've been paying attention because Michelle has been just glued to this thing, and she's watching this analyst named Emily Baker. Emily Baker. She's a lawyer, and she's not a lawyer anymore.
Well, she's a lawyer still.
She doesn't. She doesn't practice.
Right. Yeah.
Now she runs a YouTube channel, and she just comments on trials. And Michelle is like hooked on this stuff. So I've been watching plenty through. Well, just the fact that Michelle's watching, and it's running all over the house. And I tell you what, from what I picked up, there is so many, as you said, sketchy issues. There is so much reasonable doubt in this case. Anyway, 6:09 at the MJ Morning Show, just getting rolling. Tell you what, the response. Oh, my God, there's the mayor in Tampa. Ladies and gentlemen, a new water fountain is coming to Tampa.
No, more water fountains. You obviously don't go to parks that often any longer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first traffic light has been installed in downtown Tampa.
MJ, look at that water fountain they're putting. And look, it has a low fountain for kids, a high fountain for adults, and a floor fountain for dogs.
I looked up, and the Channel 8 has a full news story on the new water fountain installed in Tampa. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's an initiative to get more hydration in parks.
How about fixing roads in Tampa? To me, that's more important than a new water fountain.
I don't need
Ladies and gentlemen, the first building with air conditioning is the Tampa Theater. Welcome to 1927.
Yeah, come to enjoy your picture shows.
The picture shows. Look, the newsreel is showing there's a new water fountain in Tampa. All right, listen, we'll just get rolling.
I heard Bob Buckhorn's against water fountains. He's going to rip them right out.
I don't know. That's the big news in Tampa. The new water fountain's been installed.
Nothing else is going on.
All right, it's 6:10, man. It's
been really quiet in the city for the last couple of days.
I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be a kooky show today. And then if you missed my huge revelation about my driver license being suspended, man, I'll tell you what, the interaction on my revelation yesterday and the story that I told, the number of emails, direct messages, the number of people that know me personally and dropped me a text yesterday, out of control. And I'll explain next. If you missed what happened, I'm going to deliver a public service also next. And folks, your driver license could be suspended right now and you don't even know it. Like me. I had no idea. All right, Deets next. Hang on, back in a second. MJ Morning Show, Q105.
There are no...
The response to my suspended driver license story has been immense and intense. Just tons of story from folks saying, "Oh my God, it happened to me," or I had a couple yesterday where after hearing the show yesterday, I got to bring this back up like around 8:00 when we did the original story, but I wanted to discuss this with the early crowd listening now here at 6:19 on a Tuesday morning. But I had several people say they did the license check that I recommended, and they found out that their license was suspended too.
Yeah, they learned something yesterday about themselves.
You know what? This show is just packed with teaching moments.
Yeah.
This is the teaching moment morning show. In fact, we ought to just scrap the MJ morning show. It ought to just be the teaching moment morning show.
That'll work.
Is what it ought to be. If you missed yesterday's program, I told the story how I found out that my driver license in Florida has been suspended since last December, meaning that I drove for December, January, February, March, April, May, and half of June on a suspended driver license. I know that we have the propensity to want to say driver's license.
You got to stop at this. It really, but every time you mention it's driver, but when the plurality of it is lost in the state of Florida.
When you look at your driver license, it says driver, not drivers.
Who cares?
All right, anyway.
Who
cares? It turns out that there was an insurance snafu completely unbeknownst to me. I thought everything was good.
Yes.
We had a flood-damaged SUV. Our X5 got flooded in our garage from Helene back in late September last fall. Anyway, the car was totaled, ultimately, and we got a new X5 and went to the dealership. Everything good. Brand new insurance. The new VIN number was given to my insurance company. Never changed insurance company. Same insurance company. So the dealer They won't let me drive off the lot. Got the new X5 at BMW of Tampa.
Yeah.
And formerly Reeves. And drove the new X5 off the lot. And they won't let me leave unless I have insurance.
Yeah, funny thing about car places like that.
BMW Financial, because it's a leased vehicle, you have to have proof of insurance to complete the whole lease process.
Yeah.
So everything good. I mean, my insurance premium every month set up on auto pay with USAA, all good. Somehow through DMV, when my old X5 was totaled out and I guess the state was notified that the vehicle was totaled, I guess from the insurance company, something got mixed up. And my insurance for the old vehicle was canceled and my insurance was moved to the brand new vehicle. But again, something at the state level happened and they thought that I was without insurance. So something got crossed and it just didn't get rolled over, as far as my license plate, my driver license didn't get transferred to the brand new vehicle. Everything was set up. There were no issues except with DMV. So, and I got no notification from DMV, but they suspended my license last December 4th, 2024 for having no insurance on my vehicle. And of course, there's no insurance on the old total vehicle because it's a total job. It's like a salvage notification or whatever the deal is. And somehow the wires got crossed and it never showed up at the state that, hey, I just got a new car. And it wasn't like we changed insurance companies. Everything was the same. So BMW, USAA, everyone was good. I thought it was good. Until I found out on Saturday I was doing a Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office ride-along, which I try to do fairly regularly. And my car was parked at one of the district offices, and one of the deputies ran the tag. And cops do it all the time. Doesn't matter the agency. Cops will run tags all day long, whether they're cruising through a shopping center parking lot, a bunch of cars waiting for a red light. They'll run tags to see if any suspended licenses, any issues, any warrants for the driver's arrest. It happens. So my tag gets run. Then it gets back to me. I guess the deputy was wondering, hey, whose car is that? Then found out that, that's a dude on a ride-along. And then it got back to the deputy I was with. By the way, your ride-along has a suspended license. And that's how I found out. So I'm actually very grateful. I'm very thankful that the deputy ran my tag and I was able to find out that my license was suspended. Holy frig.
That's kind of anticlimactic.
Well,
man. I would like
what?
Climactic.
Yeah, you didn't say it right. Anticlimactic.
I give 0 craps.
You give 0 Fs? No, I just want you to pronounce words correctly.
I got a word I can pronounce correctly.
Right,
and it starts with SH.
And
it ends with it. And that's how much that's what I give right now and in general.
Oh, 2 bleeps? I don't know what he's. All right. So I'm just pointing out that my license was suspended. I had no idea. I found out on Saturday that my license was freaking suspended. And I had no idea for 6+ months. And in the police computer, apparently it said that if I were stopped, that the officer, the deputy, trooper, whoever, if I were pulled over, and clearly I was not pulled over, so I must be a very good and courteous driver, not breaking any applicable state traffic statutes. So I was not breaking the law clearly at all. So I was not pulled over. But if I had been, they were supposed to confiscate my license and remove the tag, unscrew the tag from my vehicle, just leaving me on the side of the road. So I'm very thankful, actually, for the deputy for running my tag and then it getting back to me and figuring out whose vehicle that was parked at one of the district offices with a suspended driver license. So that's the story. And I'm telling you, you could be in my boat, unbeknownst to you. You could be in the same situation with a suspended license. So here's what I recommend you do for the early crowd. I thought this was so important that I wanted to bring this up again. It's probably good just to check. It's probably just every once in a while check your driver license status, and all you have to do is just Google Florida driver license check, and then you'll see a link for the Department of Motor Vehicles, SHMV or something like that. So, and then there's just a little box, and you type in your license number right off your driver license, and then you hit enter, and then it'll tell you whether your license is valid. So as of that exact search moment, it'll tell you if your license. So as of, like, if I did it right now, it would say as of Tuesday, June 17th, and then I think it even gives the timestamp, 6:27 a.m., your license is valid. Or in my case, it popped back as not valid. My license was suspended. So I'm like, what the hell? And my suspension was due to no car insurance. But of course, I've got car insurance. I didn't have car insurance. So on the page that showed whether my license was valid or not, there was a link, and it was something about updating your car insurance. So I clicked on the link, and all I had to do was enter my insurance company. There was a whole drop-down box, so I found all the way at the bottom of the list USAA, casualty, and whatever, and hit the drop-down box, and then I just typed in my policy number off my valid insurance card from the glove box of my car, and then boom, I entered it, and then immediately my license was unsuspended. I mean, on a Saturday early evening at 5:30 p.m., DMV was closed since 5 p.m. on Friday, and I entered the information, and instantly my license was reinstated. 1 minute suspended, boop, now unsuspended. Boop, suspended, boop, unsuspended. Boop, 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 boop. So I just recommend that you do it, because I had no idea. I'm driving around for 6+ months with a suspended license. I mean, Michelle, you saw that, freaked me out.
Yeah, because you have to rely on me to drive you around everywhere.
I mean, I thought it was going to be some hassle. I thought it was going to take like hours. I thought I was going to have to go to DMV and sit in that hellhole for hours, with the G27, F12, A39, J4. I thought I was going to have to sit there for hours. You try to make an appointment. If I had to make a DMV appointment now,
it'd be 2 weeks.
Who the hell knows how far out the damn appointment would be? So I was thrilled that I was able to resolve this myself online in minutes. So I'm telling you, folks, go ahead and just do a check. If you think your license is valid, just check. Go to the Googles and just type in Florida license check, and just make sure you're at the official DMV site. It's like FLHSMV or something, and then just type in your information, and you'll find out instantaneously whether your license is valid or not valid. What a crazy deal. What line you want me to take? Line 5? Apparently Michelle's on the line in Lakeland. Hey, Michelle, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Welcome.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey.
So I was just listening to exactly what happened to you, and it's a lot of people don't know this. So whenever you transfer or get a new vehicle, if you're not transferring your license plate, the DMV thinks you are not carrying insurance.
But guess what? This is the other plot twist. I said plot twist. It was the same license tag. There was not a new tag. The exact same tag from the old vehicle to the new vehicle.
Oh, then I would be looking for a new insurance company then.
No. USAA is great. What do you want me to go to, like some crapo insurance of Plant City?
Hey,
Wait a minute.
Michelle, this is Shaquille O'Neal. Michelle in Plant City, I want you to know I got a recommendation for MJ and his car insurance.
The General.
For a great low rate.
Oh, yeah,
For
never.
a great low rate, you go to the General. You tell him Shaquille O'Neal sent you.
So you're telling me my license would not have been suspended with the General?
No, I'm not saying that at all.
Yeah.
I'm just saying for a great low rate.
No, there was nothing. Everything was kosher everywhere. And a lot of people said, oh, yeah, you got the new car, you got a new plate. No, same license plate. Mm-hmm. So, anyways, just a weird twist. And now I'm valid. But, Michelle, I appreciate you phoning in.
Oh, hey, it was great listening to you guys. Listen every day. You guys have a great day.
Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate it. So that was the other twist. All right, 6:32 at the MJ Morning Show. When we return, the early morons in the news rolls next. And as usual, a spectacular pile of the early morons in the news here on the MJ Morning Show. Fester, just asking, any update on Allison's vehicle, or is the investigation and the wheels spinning behind the scenes with the Kemp Law Group and Allison's rear-ender wreck where an Uber bashed into her in downtown Tampa?
The wheels are spinning, and they're doing a great job. I mean, they're keeping us informed. Allison has her own text line to her attorney.
Wow.
And, it's open communication, and they talk often, and it's been a great experience so far.
Yeah, if you don't know the deal, Allison, Fester's wife, rear-ended by an Uber driver in downtown Tampa. And listen, you know the deal. Accident or fall, you call Kemp Law. So the minute that Allison was hit by the Uber, she immediately thought, holy crap, the MJ Morning Show, they endorsed the Kemp Law Group. And she remembered the slogan. Apparently, after she was rear-ended, she just kept repeating over and over again, accident or fall, you call Kemp Law. Accident or fall, you call Kemp Law. So listen, they'll take her through the process. You don't pay a dime until they recover for you. If you're in an accident or a slip and fall situation, you call Kemp Law. KempLaw.com. Tell them that MJ and Fester and Allison and their smashed-up vehicle sent you. KempLaw.com. The Holland Group Retirement Wealth Advisors are here to help you, to advise you. Now, the last thing you want is to work for decades. What do we work? Like 50 years in many cases? I mean, we work for decades and decades. So you have a dream of a good retirement, a dream retirement. You got a whole list of things you want to do. Hopefully that does not get derailed because you're broke, you don't have any money, you're living in a van down by the river, you're buying dented cans of cat food from the Dollar Tree. So that's not what you want. You want to make sure you've got a primo retirement. If you're in your mid to late 40s, your 50s, 60s, if you're getting ready to retire, if you actually are retired right now, is your plan focused? Do you have the right plan to bring you investment income? Do you have the right investment strategy? Do you have the right full retirement plan? Do you have tax mitigation so you're not surprised and clobbered with taxes? Don't run out of money in retirement. It is never too early to get a hold of the Hollands to make sure you've got a plan. The Hollands will build you a plan complimentary, no obligation, no cost to you. Make sure you're on track. Ask any questions. Again, this is no cost to you. This is complimentary. Call the Hollands, get the number on the website, askthehollands.com, and make sure you have a plan. Make sure you tell them MJ sent you. Askthehollands.com. Traffic's on at 6:35. Shriner's got the latest morons in the news. MJ Morning Show. from the edge of the volcano. All right. Welcome, everybody, to Morons in the News. All right, 640, MJ, Fester, Michelle, here on the MJ Morning Show. Did you see a tourist, fell over the edge trying to get a closer look inside the Kilauea volcano on the Big Island of Hawaii?
How close do you want to get?
What a schmuck. And, of course, he's a masshole. Oh, by the way, that's Michelle's favorite. While Michelle is watching the Karen Reed trial, while my lovely wife, Michelle, my wife and in-studio lawyer, while she's enthralled with the whole Karen Reed trial and the fact the jury's got the trial, will they come back with a verdict today? Will the jury have a decision? Will they be hung again like the first trial? Michelle, you realize you've said the term masshole like 200 times in the last couple of weeks.
Well, there's a bunch of them testifying involved in this case. I mean, it all revolves around this one person and a bunch of massholes. I mean, they're just drinking massholes. Fester, they are just
massholes.
I don't understand this. The whole town is drunk perpetually.
And Fester's now engrossed also
because of Michelle
in the Karen Reed trial.
Yes,
but Michelle has used the term. Oh, I'm watching her while she's watching the testimony on the YouTube stream, and she's like, here's another masshole.
I mean, the liquor bills alone in this one town, Hamlet, whatever. They're totally supporting some liquor conglomerate within that area. I just can't imagine.
They're keeping Celestial Brands, one of the big liquor companies.
Here's the thing. You know what they do? They like to order a drink, and then they order a shot to put in the drink.
Yeah.
I mean, this was the testimony from the bar. The drinks were not strong enough, so they would order shots to add. And I'm like, what the F?
All right. So a masshole is an a-hole from Massachusetts.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, Fester.
I have the talking dictionary.
Oh, you do?
I don't know if this works.
All right, go ahead.
Masshole. Masshole. Masshole.
So,
masshole.
A bleep hole from Massachusetts is a
masshole.
Yes, that's
masshole.
Yeah, he's not really putting the appropriate emphasis on the second.
So
yeah,
this is a story about a masshole from the Boston area who fell from a cliff while trying to get a better view of the Kilauea volcanic eruption going on now on the Big Island of Hawaii. Yeah. A Boston man tried to get a closer look at Kilauea eruption at the Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, had to be rescued after falling 30 feet off a cliff.
Oh, so he didn't die.
And you know what? His name was Cliff.
Oh, wow.
How do you fall into a volcano and not die?
No, his name wasn't Cliff, but that'd be funny. Well, he fell 30 feet off a ledge. It didn't actually fall into the crater itself.
But you're falling into a volcano, and you're falling 30 feet. In any other scenario, when you fall 30 feet, I think, something serious is about to happen.
Was it a straight drop, or was it like a 30-foot tumble? He fell into tumbled into a crater?
I don't know.
A 30-year-old man got too close to the cliff's edge near the Byron Ledge Trail.
Let's call him Cliff. You're right.
Officials with the National Park Service did not have a flashlight or headlamp when he fell over the edge. Well, that's missing a word or two. So officials with the National Park Service did not have a...
Said he did not have
it should be officials with the National Park Service said that he did not have. Some important words missing in the story.
The Park Service, who works night shift, probably has a flashlight.
Search and rescue teams, which were already in the area managing traffic, responded quickly and performed the high-angle rescue, hoisting the man to safety. Thankfully, officials said that a tree broke the visitor's fall and saved him from falling an additional several hundred feet. Then he would have been done. Then he would have been totally finished off. Guy's from Boston. I don't have a name on the guy, but I think his name is Cliff, and he's a masshole.
Cliff Clavin. Cliff Clavin from America's favorite Boston bar.
Yeah.
Cheers.
From Cheers. Yeah, from Cheers. Must have been drunk.
He must have been drunk.
Yeah, exactly.
Or he must have been in withdrawal from being drunk.
Anyway.
That's the problem with alcoholics on vacation.
Yep. What a dope. Oh, here's a great story. Yeah, here's a wonderful. Got a couple of morons in the news shooting stories. How about celebrating a wedding with gunfire? What is this, freaking Tehran?
Where'd the wedding happen?
What is this, Kabul, Afghanistan? Why don't you take a wild guess where this happened?
I mean, my first guess would be Iran.
No, I'm not doing an Iranian morons in the news story.
I know, that's
No,
what I'm telling you. My first guess would be Iran, but then my second guess would be south side of Chicago.
Nope, this was in Detroit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd probably been my American top 5.
A Detroit, Michigan man was riding in the passenger seat of a rented Lamborghini when he fired celebratory shots into the air as the purple vehicle was en route to a banquet hall for a wedding reception. Now, I mean, how do I say this without getting complaints? Listen, I just got to say it. So listen, there's a lot of celebratory gunfire in the Middle East.
Yeah.
And in some of the crap hole countries that end in Stan. And any country that ends in Stan is a crap hole. All right, just just take that to the bank. If a country ends in STAN,
I don't want to go.
It's a dump, and it's probably on the no travel advisory list from the State Department. Just pointing that out. It appears to be a guy of Middle Eastern descent.
So the Detroit metro area has the highest
it does
density population center.
Yeah, Hassan Rabat is the guy's name. Hassan Rabat. He's in a rented purple Lamborghini. And he's on his way to a banquet hall for a wedding reception to celebrate a wedding. And he's hanging out of the window of the purple Lamborghini in Detroit, just firing off shots. Whoa! Oh, yeah! What a bonehead.
Here's a picture of him with his arm sticking out the passenger side.
Oh, there's people took video. He's on the interstate, firing shots. So Rabat, a member of the wedding party, was traveling in a caravan of multiple sports vehicles that were driving recklessly in the area stemming from the wedding party, according to the police report. The autos were headed earlier this month to Royalty Manor Banquet Hall in Dearborn Heights, a Detroit suburb. Listen,
Dearborn's the town that has a really high density of Arabic-centric population.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, I have to mention this to tell the story that in the Middle East, I mean, how many times have you seen video of in Gaza, there's a wedding and they're firing guns in the air, or, just pick a Middle Eastern country. It happens all the time. I've seen dozens of videos where it's like a celebration. They're just firing guns in the air. I mean, bullets that go up have to come down, all right? So, here, I mean, how do I not mention the fact that this is common in the Middle East and in some of these countries, and then here's, someone of Middle Eastern descent.
It's just less common here.
In Dearborn Heights, which is a very, very largely Arab-populated area in the United States, and they're just firing guns out the window. I mean, it's like a cultural thing or something. So as the 2021 Lamborghini drove along a highway, a witness told cops the passenger had a firearm in his hand and he's firing shots in the air. And again, a dash cam caught this. It was videoed. We're looking at the guy's arm sticking out of the awful, ugly purple. I didn't order no purple Lamborghini.
I mean, wow.
It's like the purple dishwasher lady.
How much did this car cost to rent? Does Hertz have Lamborghinis?
Purple ones?
Purple ones?
I'm glad you asked that question because I do have the answer to that.
Okay, that's what I want to know.
So witnesses said just firing the gun out the window. Police first learned of the shooting when an onlooker dialed 911 to report that I'm on Ford Road. This guy is shooting guns in the middle of Ford Road. Investigators tracked the Lamborghini, which had been rented for the day from Dream Luxury Car Rentals for $1,500. So you can rent a purple 2021 Lamborghini Huracan, if that's how you pronounce that model, for $1,500 a day. Members of the wedding party were uncooperative with officers on the scene and did not wish to provide any further information. Well, I don't know how tough it was to find the purple Lamborghini in the parking lot of the banquet hall. With the aid of a confidential source who's been providing information to police for more than a decade, police identified Rabat as the suspect pictured above. My God. What are they, under surveillance? From a CI, a confidential informant?
I mean, this Barney-colored Lamborghini really sticks out.
Rabat, who refused to speak with investigators, was arrested for reckless discharge of a firearm, which is a felony. $40 on $1,000 personal bond, scheduled for a pre-trial conference up in Michigan on June 25th. The purple Lamborghini was returned to the auto rental firm, which had also rented the wedding party a $1,500 a day yellow Lamborghini Urus.
That's the SUV, right?
Yeah, the Urus is the SUV.
Okay.
Which, I got to be honest, if you... why spend twice the money on a Lamborghini? Actually, more than that. Why would you spend more than twice the money on a Lamborghini Urus when you could get yourself a BMW X5M? I don't get it.
Wow. Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the color.
What?
How much you love the color?
The color purple?
Yeah. That's your favorite color of car.
I didn't order no purple dishwasher. Purple Lamborghini. I didn't order no purple Lamborghini. Hello. Dream car rental. Do you have a purple Lamborghini?
Reservation for dumbass.
Man, I'm going to play that. Hey, do you have that phone call handy? Hurry, Andrew, put it on 20. Give me the dumbass dishwasher. People are saying, what are you talking about?
What are these two idiots talking about?
Why are you talking about a purple Lamborghini and a purple dishwasher?
How you not know? Purple Lamborghini?
Funny old call. We were calling Dumas's, the name Dumas. And we were just calling random Dumas's, and we were calling them dumbass. All right, here's the dumbass purple dishwasher call.
Yes, is this the dumbass residence?
Yes, it is.
Hi there. I need to schedule the delivery, please.
What kind of delivery? Oh, about the dishwasher?
Yes.
Oh, you called me kind of early.
Yeah, I know we're. Oh, yeah, it's real early, but we get our schedules going early. Now, is this Mrs. Dumbass or Mrs.
Yes, it's Mrs. Dumas.
Dumbass?
Yes.
All right. Well, right. Yeah, I got that. Now, Mrs. Dumbass, when did you order this dishwasher?
When did I order it?
Yeah.
I don't know now. You don't woke me up. I don't know, but
I'm sorry.
It's about a week.
All right, Mrs. Dumbass. All right. We'll call you back when you wake up.
I woke.
All right, and this is Mrs. Dumbass.
Yes.
All right, well, Mrs. Dumbass, hang on a sec. Let me talk to my delivery man, okay?
Okay.
Hang on.
7 o'clock. My goodness.
Mrs. Dumbass?
Yes.
All righty. What time would you like us to deliver that dishwasher?
Then when, today?
Well, you tell me when.
Well, the lady called and said you were coming in the first of the month.
Oh, no,
but you can come anytime.
I was going to try and drop it off a little early for you.
Well, you don't come today?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay.
All right, now you got the purple one, right? The special order.
What you mean, purple one?
I got a special order purple dishwasher.
No purple dishwasher. I got a white dishwasher with a chrome front.
No, I got purple. Mrs. Dumbass gets a purple dishwasher.
No, you got that wrong. I'm getting that, no. It's stainless steel, a drawer. It's a drawer dishwasher.
But this is Mrs. Dumbass, right?
D-U-M-A-S.
Yeah, Dumbass.
Yeah, but I ain't got no purple dishwasher.
All right, let me get back to you on this.
Yeah, you do that.
Bye.
And then she drops the S-bomb at the end. All right.
Ain't no order no purple Lamborghini.
That's where that came from.
How's she doing? Let's give her a call back.
That's a long time ago. I don't know if she's still alive. And it's kind of funny because we got to get a new dishwasher. Yeah.
Make you a hell of a deal on a purple one.
Right. You've got to hear what's going on with my dishwasher. Oh, boy. I've got a story to tell you next, folks. Oh, boy. All right. 7 o'clock hour starts next. And, hey, how many times Do you have to dial 911 like erroneously before you get in trouble? This is a crazy local story, folks. You got to hear this, plus our dishwasher woe. Stand by. Back in moments on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. Hey, one of our brand new sponsors here on the MJ Morning Show is the Murphy Automotive Group, and they own Miracle Toyota in Haines City. You know, we've got a lot of big Polk County fans. So here's what I need you to do. If you're looking for a Toyota and you're like in Lakeland, Winter Haven, Haines City, if you're looking for a phenomenal Toyota product, you got to go to Miracle Toyota, and you got to tell them the MJ Morning Show said you. Hey, Polk County, show us how much you love the MJ Morning Show by visiting our brand new sponsor, Miracle Toyota. Hey, really good news. Nothing we can do about hurricane season, but I got really good news. The fact that we are in hurricane season, it just started, obviously. If you test drive a vehicle at Miracle Toyota, you can have a chance to win a new generator. So just test driving, you have a shot to win a generator. If you buy any Toyota, you'll get a free Honda generator. So awesome service, awesome selection, just a great experience at Miracle Toyota. Miracle Toyota is on 27 in Haines City, and tell them the MJ Morning Show sent you. All right, when it comes to your carpets, what do you do about those stains? When it comes to your air ducts, what do you do about that awful dust and dirt and filth and muck up in there? Do you know what's in your ducts? What are you breathing? Listen, I got great news. Whether you need carpet cleaning or whether you need air duct cleaning, upholstery cleaning, area rug cleaning, grout and tile cleaning, everything is 15% off at Zero Res. The summer sale is on at Zero Res. So whatever service you need, the best carpet cleaning around, they use ZR water. They use the electrolyzed patented water cleaning process. They don't use the heavy soaps, chemical shampoos that really stink up your house and leave a residue that attracts dirt faster. That's why you want Zero Res. Whatever cleaning service you need with Zero Res, 15% off. The summer sale is on. Take advantage before it goes away. 15% off everything at ZeroResTampaBay.com. Go to the website. Phone number's there. Call them up. Tell them MJ sent you. Very important. It's ZeroResTampaBay.com. You got to tell them MJ sent you. ZeroResTampaBay.com for 15% off everything for a limited time. Traffic's on 658. Schreiner's got the latest MJ Morning Show back in a minute.
We have an accident on Memorial Highway eastbound at 275 with the left lane blocked, and a crash on State Road 56 westbound between Bruceby Downs and I-75 with a left lane blocked there as well. And I-4 westbound has built up some heavy volume between Buckman Highway and Broward Drive. And on the approach to the 275 junction, keeping you updated, I'm Schreiner. Traffic brought to you by the aggressive attorneys Winters and Yonker.
High interest rates and higher prices may be the norm everywhere else, but not at International Diamond Center. IDC's rolling back prices and taking interest rates all the way to zero. It's true. Now for a limited time on virtually any purchase, you can spread your payments over 5 years with 0.0 interest. Get the best price on any piece of jewelry right now. Divide that by 60 and that's your super low monthly payment till the year 2030. Designer engagement rings as low as $50 a month. Diamond earrings as low as $45 a month. Wedding bands as low as $40 a month. Fine jewelry has never been more affordable. How about a $7,000 diamond bracelet? Just $116 a month. All fashion designer jewelry is included. All colored gemstones. All certified diamonds too. This is a spectacular offer exclusively from International Diamond Center. But hurry, you only have until June 30th to take advantage. Celebrate your love with 0% financing store-wide for 5 years till 2030. International Diamond Center in Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota. Excludes Rolex. Details and more at shopidc.com on approved credit.
Hey, did you know that with Frontier Fiber Internet, the best Wi-Fi isn't just for VIPs anymore?
So even if I have less than 1 million followers?
Or me, a total noob? What if I'm not in the metaverse yet?
Yeah, now everyone can get Wi-Fi 7 with a premium Eero router on Fiber 500 and up. Now starting at only $39.99 per month. Switch to the most advanced Wi-Fi on 100% fiber internet. Only from Frontier. Good to go. In select areas, price for 12 months with autopay. ETF terms apply. Max with wired. Actual average and Wi-Fi speed vary.
Attention home services pros. Ready to elevate your business? Join us at Florida's largest home show on July 19th and 20th at the Bradenton Area Convention Center. Showcase your company to thousands of eager homeowners looking for your expertise. This year marks 40 years that Florida's largest home show has been connecting homeowners with companies they can trust. Network, connect, and watch your leads blossom. Plus, enjoy exclusive perks that will supercharge your visibility. Secure your spot today at floridaslargesthomeshow.com.
You gotta see it. You gotta go. Florida's largest home show. Gotta go.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
As down payments get bigger, millions of renters across America feel like they'll never be able to buy a home. So instead of lowering expectations, Rocket Mortgage is lowering down payments to 1% for eligible home buyers with OnePlus, helping more renters become owners. Call 800-4ROCKET or visit rocket.com to get a head start on your starter home.
Rocket Mortgage, LLC, licensed in all 50 states. NMLSconsumeraccess.org, number 3030.
Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
From the Kemp Law Group Studios, 104.7 WRBQ, HD1, Tampa, a Beasley Media Group station. The MJ Morning Show is on 104.7 FM.
To Nonstop MJ in about 25 minutes or so, 7:25, 7:27, somewhere in there. Every morning we start an hour and 20 minutes, Nonstop MJ. No commercials, no music, just Nonstop MJ. So, Michelle.
Yeah.
Would you like to describe the stench? Where did that come from? Oh, my God.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I was in law school, we got to take a tour of, where do they do the dead body thing over here in Pinellas?
Morgue?
Yeah, that place.
The morgue.
Hold
on, you visited the morgue in Pinellas?
Yeah, because my school's in Stetson, and I was part of the
gotcha.
prosecution clinic, and so we always did a lot of things in Pinellas. And,
so Stetson Law School takes students to the Pinellas County morgue?
Well, if you're part of the prosecution clinic.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Sure.
Right, so I did the prosecution clinic.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So, and they graciously, allowed us to come in and do a tour and share a, I don't know, decomposing or dead body with us. And that smell, I mean, back then, we didn't get masks, and we didn't. I didn't know anything about.
Hold on. You didn't get to put that stuff under your nose.
No, they told us,
like Clarice in The Silence of the Lambs.
Okay, here's the thing I don't understand about that, because they give you what's that stuff, that Bengay kind of stuff.
Yeah,
right?
like a menthol.
Yeah.
Like eucalyptus menthol kind of smear.
Yeah, but they say it helps, but I feel like that just opens up your breathing thing. So I was like, I'm not really sure. Are you playing a joke on me? And that's like the big fun.
Right.
So that smell was horrific.
What is that plant or that flower that blooms like every once in a while?
Roses?
It's the rotting corpse flower.
Oh, I don't know.
No, seriously. That's like a news story every couple of years. It's like, and the flower at the botanical gardens has... What is it? You know what I'm talking about? The corpse flower.
The corpse flower. Is it called the Titan Arum?
Sounds good to me. All right, anyway, so let me tell you what's going on. Our dishwasher has been broken for a while, and it'll work, and then it has some kind of a drainage problem, comes up with an error message. Anyway, we need a new dishwasher. So who wants to sell me a new dishwasher? Now, Michelle, we've settled on a Bosch, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a Bosch.
All right, so we have an ASCO, and that thing lasted for a long time.
I mean, nearly 20 years now.
Yeah, the ASCO, and you're probably saying, well, why aren't you getting a new ASCO? Somebody told us that they're not.
Brands have cycles. Yeah, so sometimes brands they're in a good cycle, and sometimes they're in a less than desirable cycle.
Our ASCO dishwasher was purchased in 2005, and just broke a couple of months ago. So, I mean, that's a long run for a freaking dishwasher.
Yeah. Good run.
That's a long freaking run. But someone told us that, the Escos are not quite as good as they used to be. Anyway, so you've decided you want a Bosch.
I found one made in Germany.
All right, so where are we going to buy our Bosch? I mean, there are numerous places to get the Bosch dishwasher.
You know what?
That Michelle wants. So where should I buy my new Bosch dishwasher? Anybody want to sell me a Bosch dishwasher? Send me an email to mj@mjmorningshow.com. Anyway, that's not why I'm bringing this up.
This is like the worst reality show in the world.
But I do need a new dishwasher.
A bunch of appliance salesmen just fighting each other with swords for the right to sell MJ.
I want to sell MJ a Bosch dishwasher. No, I want to sell MJ a Bosch dishwasher. I want to. All right, so
no, this is a good research project for Julian. Because he loves doing this kind of stuff, and he's very into it.
Julian has picked the model. He knows which Bosch dishwasher we need to get. But that's not why I'm telling the story.
Yeah.
Here's our problem. Oh, God, this is our problem. There is water that is stuck in the bottom of the dishwasher that won't drain. And we opened up the dishwasher. It is the worst freaking odor that you've ever smelled. It is like 100 dead things crawled up Fester's butt and died.
And you've sniffed that before.
They died again. They went. They're dead. They climbed up and they died again up Fester's butt.
They re-died.
That is what our dishwasher smells like. So the door was opened up and the stagnant water, whatever. I don't know what's going on, but it is literally, I think, the most horrific smell that I've ever smelled in my life.
Why don't you throw like a little bleach in there or something? Well,
it didn't work. We did. We threw all kinds of crap in there.
You know what you throw?
Michelle threw vinegar in there. We threw bleach in there. It's like, oh my God. I mean, I want to kill it with fire. So we closed the door quickly, and the smell, I think, has permeated the wood cabinets in the kitchen.
No.
All right. So it did dissipate, but it took what, like half an hour to go away? 45 minutes?
I don't know. It's still lingering.
Oh, God.
Lingering.
So, Julian, listen to what Julian said. Oh, Julian he just texted me. I'm about to take it out with Christopher. He turned the, wait a second.
They're about to take out the dishwasher?
Oh, yeah. Julian was
wait.
totally telling MJ he's going to take the dishwasher out because it stinks so bad.
Well, no, don't, because there's the water hookup.
There's a water line. There's an electric line.
Yeah, no, hold on. They do not. Julian, if you're listening in the kit, dude, pick up the phone. Do not take it out. Oh, jeez. He better pick up. They better not be taking the dishwasher out right now.
Hello?
Dude,
yeah,
wait.
Christopher and I are taking it out right now.
You have to shut the power off to that area of the house.
No. Julian, do not.
No, we already turned off all the water.
Look,
I don't know. Can you hear us drilling?
Hold on. I'm telling you right now that the water line is the little like valve under the sink. It's a little finicky. I'm telling you, don't take the dishwasher.
No, we got it. All right. We're just getting. We have to hammer out like the wood panel or whatever.
You got a what?
We're like taking off the wood panel.
Julian, do not mess with the wood panel on the front of the do not take the dishwasher out.
I'm using your little Ryobi drill right now. Hold on.
Listen, Julian, you should do it. No problem. It's fine. It's a fairly simple removal. You do have to cut the power off.
I'm worried.
And you have to cut the water line off.
I'm worried about the water line because the valve underneath, I need to replace the valve. It's finicky.
Okay. Do you have a shop vac?
You know, I think the whole island's just coming out today.
I don't have a shop vac. Julian, do not take the dishwasher out.
MJ, you need a shop vac to suck up that stagnant water because as soon as Julian tilts the dishwasher on the dolly, it's going to go everywhere.
Yeah, and that water is going to go everywhere. Julian, I'll
get like a tarp or something.
Are you pulling my leg? Do not undo the dishwasher unless I'm there.
No, it's coming out today.
Julian, do not take the dishwasher out. Do not mess with the water supply to the dishwasher and the valve.
I'm unscrewing the base now.
No, do not leave it alone.
You really should cut the power off before you do anything, Julian.
No, Julian, do not touch the dishwasher. Leave it alone. All right?
No promises.
Do not take the. There's a nice wood panel that matches the cabinets. What is that?
I'm using your Ryobi.
I don't have a Ryobi.
Or whatever, the green, whatever you got.
That's a Ryobi. A Ryobi, you don't have a cordless drill?
I do not have I have nothing Ryobi in the house. What do you, I've got DeWalt.
Oh, maybe it's that one.
Well, what color is it?
It's green.
I do not have a green.
No. Oh, no, this is Christopher's. I asked Christopher to bring his own stuff over.
Oh, I know I don't have a green power drill.
All right, Julian, you have to pull
I've got yellow, which is DeWalt.
Pull the dishwasher out flat, because if you
All right,
tilt it, you might crack the countertop.
Listen, do not mess with the dishwasher.
Just be very careful.
I mean, I'll get a tarp for the water.
Julian, leave the dishwasher in. Listen, I got to go. Do not take the dishwasher out,
Underneath
okay?
the bottom part of the dishwasher is like an inch that you can shimmy
Fester,
something under
shut
there
up.
to
Stop.
help move and raise
Oh,
it.
Stop.
It's okay. I'm screwing the base and everything, so don't worry.
Leave the dishwasher in, Julian. I got to go. Goodbye.
Yep. All right, gotta go. I'll finish this up.
Do
We'll be
not
up before you get home.
take
All right.
the
Goodbye.
dish. Do not mess with it.
His film school doesn't work out. He has a career as an appliance installer.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What was I? Anyway, the smell in this dishwasher.
Oh yeah.
It is. I'm telling you, it is. I need to bottle this. If you need to evacuate like a building, you know the fart spray.
Yeah.
12,000 times worse.
You know what you need, NJ?
You know?
You need
I need to bottle this stuff and sell it as like the world's worst smell.
You need chlorine tablets that people use for like jacuzzis. They're
Oh,
like the size
okay.
of gumballs, not the big pucks that people put in like their pool filter. Just toss 2 of them in there.
So what dishwasher? I should ask Julian. Well, hang on a minute. Hang on.
It's.
I want to call Julian. He knows.
He's in the middle of working.
Yeah.
He's not taking the damn. You know what? He's trying to.
What? What is he doing?
No, he's trying to. Get my goad.
He's the best one too.
Yeah, he's trying to.
Because he's just knowledgeable enough to do it, and you don't know. He's
Yeah.
also a little nutty like that. He would do it.
Hello?
Hey, what dishwasher have you figured out that you want? Which dishwasher do you want to get?
It's not my decision on the dishwasher.
No, you did the research on the dishwasher. Which one?
The Bosch benchmark, I believe, is what Mom and I have figured out.
All right,
is what we want.
Do you know where to get a Bosch benchmark dishwasher? Have you found all the dealers in town?
Yeah, wait. I went to shopping, and it said up your butt.
All right, goodbye. All right, I'm back. Don't touch the dishwasher. Goodbye.
Dude, it's coming out.
No, it's not. Goodbye. All right, he's just trying to piss me off.
When did you pick up on that? After he said it was up your butt?
What now? Yeah, Up Your Butt Appliance Center. I think that's what he meant. Look, do a Google search for Up Your Butt Appliance Center.
Welcome to Up Your Butt Appliance Center, sir. Sir, I can cut you a heck of a deal on this one, but let me ask you, will you take it in the brown?
Oh, my God. What line 3. Hi, good morning. Who's this?
This is Andy.
Hey, Andy, where are you calling from, pal?
St. Pete.
All right, Andy, what can I do for you this morning?
Yeah, you need to use lemon juice. Maybe run it twice, and that'll get rid of the smell. I've tried vinegar before. That doesn't do
Yeah,
it.
the problem is the dishwasher's busted now. Now it's locked up, and it's got a water flow error message, so it's all... The water's all pooled in the bottom. It won't even run now. The cycle won't even run.
What you need to do is buy like the gallon-sized shop vac and physically remove the water.
Dude, if you use a shop vac to suck the water out of there, you will have to take that shop vac to a hazmat area and douse it in gasoline and ignite it and burn it to the ground because that shop vac will never be usable again.
Okay, then that's step 2 and 3. I mean, okay, fine, but you need to evacuate the water from the appliance.
Andy, I got to be honest. I think this is far beyond any lemon juice. Did we lose Andy? Andy hung up.
Andy, he needs a lemon tree.
Anyway, hey, how many times do you have to call 911 before you really get in trouble? This dude locally called 911 16,000 times. I mean, how is that even humanly possible?
How many? 16,000?
16,000. Listen to this. This is insane. During the first 5 months of this year, a 72-year-old man has placed 3,400 calls to 911. His 5-year total is now 16,000. This dude is called police, fire, rescue. This guy is called 911, according to investigators, a total of 16,000 times in 5 years and 3,400 times so far this year in 2025.
How does the call go?
Police last week responded to a 911 call claiming that someone was shooting an AR-15 rifle in the roadway outside of a home right here in St. Petersburg. That's right. We're dealing with a phenomenal, fantastic St. Petersburg residence. When St. Pete police arrived at the home, they discovered a family at a barbecue.
Is he swatting?
With small children playing. With regard to the reported gunplay, numerous neighbors advised that such an event did not occur, according to the police report. This is from our friends at the Smoking Gun who, they comb through the police files and they find some great stuff. The complainant was Samuel Lee Thomas, who lives across the street from where the shooting purportedly took place. Police communications records showed that Thomas this year dialed police 647 times to make complaints about their neighboring home. He's made allegations about narcotic sales, firearms usage, disorderly conduct, suspicious activity. Anquinette Peterson, 34, who lives at the property which was targeted by this guy, told police the 911 calls had resulted in hundreds of interactions with the police, and that Thomas frequently stops in front of their residence to yell obscenities at her family. Concluding that it was readily apparent that Thomas was utilizing the police to maliciously harass Ms. Peterson and her family for no legitimate purpose, they finally arrested Thomas for stalking and false report of a crime.
It seems like it's about time.
He was also charged with resisting arrest for allegedly having a scuffle with police when they tried to cuff him here in St. Petersburg. What the hell? Peterson said she wanted to press charges against Thomas because she was fearful that the constant police calls could escalate into a potentially dangerous situation and that her family has already suffered enough severe emotional distress.
She's absolutely right. I mean, you have a 911 call of gunfire. Police are coming with a head of steam on them.
Listen to this. According to the criminal complaint, Thomas has made approximately 3,400 calls to police so far this year and 16,000 calls within the last 5 years. The complaint does not detail the nature or target of the additional 911 calls, but indicate that with regard to Thomas, there was no indication of mental health issues or drug or alcohol influence. Freed on $1,500 bond, he pleaded not guilty to the 3 misdemeanor charges. As far as this guy's rap sheet, like previously, multiple battery convictions, convictions for DUI, pot possession, disorderly intoxication, passing bad checks, violating probation, failure to return rented merchandise. But he was not previously busted for misusing the 911 system. How do you make 16,000? How do you make 16,000 calls to 911, and this is the first time you're busted for misuse of the 911 system?
Do you get to know all of the operators by first name?
Oh, my God. Oh, hey, Glenn. Hey, Glenn, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, pal. How are you?
Hey, next one.
Oh, what's your emergency?
Hey, Sue. How you doing, Sue?
Hey, how are you, sweetie? I've been waiting for your call. It's been 5 minutes.
How is it humanly possible, even in 5 years, to call 911 16,000 times?
I would think like 10 is the limit.
Can someone do the math for me over 5 years?
Sure.
How frequently do you have to call 911 over 16 years, over 5 years rather, to get 16,000 calls?
I mean, I could give you an average.
Oh my God! What, average call a minute? 30 seconds? I mean,
365 days a year.
Fess, I don't need the math. I don't need the math.
I think it's like 8 times a day.
That's the average.
Yeah.
But he's called 3,000 times in the 150 some odd days we've had so far this year.
So maybe he took a vacation sometimes.
In a brief phone conversation with the Smoking Gun website, Thomas said, I don't know nothing about stalking.
Obviously.
Adding that his calls to police were about neighborhood nuisances. He said he was ex-military, promised to call a reporter back tomorrow. Man, we ought to call the guy up. What if he called the request lines? What if he called the 800-990-1047 number here 16,000 times?
We used to have that guy that would call.
He might win the concert tickets.
He might. Imagine.
Oh, my God.
I won the rice cooker. I won the tablet. I won the concert tickets.
All right. What are we going to say quickly?
No, we used to have that guy that called us habitually like 8 times a day requesting the Go-Go's.
Oh, yeah.
He died.
Thank God he stopped calling.
Like to hear the Go-Go's.
7:21 at the MJ Morning Show. All right. 1 hour, 20 minutes of nonstop MJ rolls next. Oh, boy. Hey, do you know about mouth tape? I did not know about mouth tape. Fester, you know about mouth tape?
For several uses.
All right, hang on a minute. I found out about mouth tape yesterday. I had no idea. Oh, also, guy got used pants from Amazon.
We were just talking about returns.
I know. We were just talking about Amazon returns yesterday. Guy gets used pants. You got to hear this. Among many other items. Oh, big cereal recall. Oh, we're going to play a new game. Guess the cereal recall. Brand new game is coming up next. You're going to love this. A lot of crap night. Don't move. Back in minutes. MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. Hey, my friends at Two College Brothers Moving and Storage want to move you with precision, with care. If you are moving this spring or summer, you want Two College Brothers. Don't chance it with some shady fly-by-night crapo mover. And let me tell you, they're out there. You've got enough to worry about. You have enough stress with moving. The last thing you need is a god-awful moving company, man, and they are out there. Have a spectacular move. Why do you think that twocollegebrothers.com moving and storage, why do you think they have over 1,100 five-star reviews on Google? You get that because you give a great price, you stick with that price, and you perform a great move. In fact, I don't want to mention any names, but somebody that I know and a very well-known person in the Tampa Bay area, they're using Two College Brothers this weekend, moving on Sunday. Folks, make your move smooth. It's twocollegebrothers.com. Mention me, MJ, get free moving boxes. Twocollegebrothers.com, the smartest move you'll ever make. Another smart move, when you need a roofer, you call Westfall Roofing. If you've got a roof leak or if it's just time for a roof replacement, you call Westfall Roofing. Hey, your home is a pretty big investment. If you've got a roof leak, nip it now. Get the repair you need, or if you need a new roof, you call Westfall. Roofs in Florida have a typical lifespan of about 15 to 20 years. So if you're in that zone, it might be time for a new roof. You don't want any old roofer. You know, like I was talking about bad movers, you got a bunch of bad roofers out there. You know, the roofing business can be rife with scams and fly-by-night operations. Westfall's been around since 1989. Get your roof fixed the right way, get a great price, get unbelievable service from a great local roofing company, westfallroofing.com. They do the roofing work at my house. That's all you need to know. westfallroofing.com and tell them that MJ sent you. Hey, I just had Plan B air conditioning at my house. Another great sponsor here on the MJ Morning Show. I just had a brand new AC unit installed. I've got multiple zones at my house, and one of my zones went... Yeah, one of the zones died, and it was just not worth fixing. Just parts were shot. It was 12, 13 years old. Just replace the system. And I just had Plan B air conditioning install a new Daikin. I mean, an amazing warranty on this. Plan B air conditioning did an immaculate job installing the new unit in my house. So if you need a new air conditioning unit, they'll beat any other air conditioning company by at least $500. If you need a repair, that's what most people need. If you need an air conditioning repair, you call Plan B Air Conditioning. 813-PLAN-BAC or planbairconditioning.com. % off planbairconditioning.com. Traffic's on 725. Here's Shriner back in a minute.
A crash on I-4 westbound at Mango Road with the shoulder block. Traffic is backed up to Branch Forbes. We have a crash on 75 south at Gibsonton Drive with...
Box that arrived. I'll hold this up to MJTV right now. A mystery box arrived from Billy H. Fester. So I'm going to let you open up the mystery box because it does look somewhat Unabomber-like with all kinds of like crossed out like old labels with black Sharpie, and it's like a crushed, smashed looking box.
I am significantly less likely to trust packages when people use their initials.
You know what? I'm going to open it up I'm going to open up the mystery box right now.
So a second ago, you were going to have me be the guy who opened up the explosive, and then all of a sudden you're like, you know what? No, I'll do it.
Well, he's been over there vigorously shaking it. So if it's going to explode, maybe it would have done it already.
I think I know what it is. I think they're new C batteries for my bullhorn.
What a killjoy you are.
That's my guess. And we love getting mystery merch. We love when people send us stuff. You know what? I got to find it. There's a pair of $2,000 headphones that I want someone to send me.
Okay.
See, defeat the whole purpose. Yeah.
All right, hang on a minute. Let me open this thing up. All right, Fester, do you want to open up the mystery box?
I want to open up nothing.
All right, well, I'm opening it right now.
You go ahead.
I'm going to open it up from the bottom in case there's like a tripwire on top, which didn't trip while I violently shake the box in the first place. All right, hang on.
What if Billy H. thought of that?
What?
All right, we're going to put the bomb at the bottom because MJ's paranoid.
All right. And I'm correct. It's...
Oh, great.
Oh.
All right. We entered 12C batteries, industrial Energizer alkalines, 10-year shelf life. I knew exactly what. Hold on. I think there's a little note in here. Hang on. Billy H. has sent us a note. Next time you'll get a bomb. No. It doesn't say that. There's a note in here. Why did the bullhorn get kicked out of the comedy club? Because he kept amplifying the punchlines. Billy, that's awful.
It's mildly, maybe smirky funny.
Even though your bullhorn antics on the radio drive me up the wall, I figured you could use a little positive charge. So I got you some non-basic batteries because, hey, even the loudest voices need a little extra power sometimes.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now. You know who's really pissed
What
right
is he,
now?
a philosopher?
He must be. Brett Green, he's the guy that sent us the first set of cheapo batteries.
Well, he sent us crappy Amazon Basics batteries for the bullhorn.
Not to look a gift horse in the mouth, he did send us batteries, but Brett really cheaped out. But Billy.
Look, I'm holding the bullhorn, which is totally dead. I'm holding this up to MJ TV, and now I've got new Energizer batteries courtesy of Billy H.
So, have you ever put batteries in that? It's kind of like a tricky thing.
It is.
Because you have to like balance a battery on a battery.
Wait a second. There was a bottle cap inside the box as well.
Okay.
There was a black bottle cap.
I can't speak to that. I don't know. Somebody at the factory might have been having a sippy sip.
This was not like this wasn't shipped from Amazon. Billy packed this box himself. All right. Where was I? What I tease? Mouth taping.
Yes, mouth taping.
I had no idea this was a thing. I know about the Breathe Right strips. Those have been around for 22 years or so.
Yeah, that's on your nose. That kind of opens up the bridge of your nose.
I know. Do those things really work?
You know, I think, I don't know.
It just seems to me that those Breathe Right strips that you put on your nose, the bridge of your nose, that has what real effect? You're putting a Band-Aid on the outside of your nose, and that's going to open up your nasal passages?
No, it has like a tension to it.
I know it's got a tension to it. I tried them before. It did nothing.
Pull your sinuses apart and tell me if you could breathe a little better through your nose while you're pulling.
It's indeterminable.
Okay, that's what the Breathe Right. If you think you can breathe better with that.
Is it undeterminable or indeterminable?
Why don't you look that up?
I think both those might be acceptable. Hang on a minute. And now... I can't tell any difference.
You sound less stuffy when you're pulling your face.
Okay.
I mean, so there's that.
My deviated septum has gone away.
But I've heard of mouth taping in several capacities, one of which is sleeping.
That's what it is. I had no idea this was a thing. Michelle, did you know this was a thing?
No, I've not heard of it.
They sell mouth tape.
Yeah.
That you put over your mouth. You tape your mouth shut like you've been kidnapped.
What?
Here it is.
No.
Michelle,
first of all, it's not role play stuff, Michelle.
Look this up. Google mouth tape for sleeping.
This has been a thing in the fat man community for a while.
I had no idea this was a thing, Fester.
Oh, my God. No way.
Well,
yes.
Hold on, Michelle. What it is a relief for snoring. All snoring is through your mouth. All snoring is through. You don't snore through your nose. You snore through your mouth with the flapper at the bottom bouncing or whatever the hell it does.
Mouth tape is to force you to breathe through your nose.
Yes.
That's what mouth taping. You know, we got to go to the phones. Do we have any mouth tapers listening right now? Do you tape your... Michelle, you're seeing this for the first time as well.
Yes, and... it just looks scary.
All you need is rope to tie someone's hands behind their back to a chair.
Yeah.
You know, and then with mouth tape on, you got the whole Reservoir Dogs thing going on. What was the song they play? Stuck in the middle with you.
Love that song.
Stuck in the middle with you. All right, we need to go to phones. Are you a mouth taper? Do you know somebody? Do you live with somebody who tapes their mouth closed every night? So they sell specific tape. They sell a specific product to tape your mouth shut.
No.
When you could use just regular freaking duct tape.
Stop.
What?
This is, literally the brand is called Hostage Mouth Tape.
Yeah, the biggest company in this space is called Hostage Mouth Tape.
I think this is totally like a front for selling what we all are looking at it thinking.
No,
what's that?
That somebody wants to pretend hostage role play stuff in the bedroom. Hey, I'm going to put my mouth tape on tonight. Nod, wink, wink.
You just grab
get the rope, honey.
Just grab a roll of duct tape from the garage.
It's a little aggressive.
All right, we gotta go.
That's going to hurt you.
We got to go to phones on this. Wait a minute. Hostage mouth tape is $24.95 a roll?
Well, for 30, no, it's pre-cut strips, so you get 30 strips. So it's a 1 month supply.
And by the way, if you have a cold, if you're overweight, if you have chapped lips, and are drinking alcohol, you should not use it.
All right. So I guess the hostage tape, they're sort of like shaped like oval to go over your mouth.
Okay, I'm looking at Tom's guide because I love that one. You know, they have a lot of reviews.
Tom's Guide is a really, really good website.
Even when I drifted off, breathing comfortably through my nose, after a few hours of sleep, I inevitably woke up feeling anxious, panicked, and on one terrible occasion, stuck in a thwarted coughing fit. No.
That's the thing. If you cough or need to exhale quickly or something, or I don't think I sneeze at night, but all that happens through your mouth as well.
What if you have to throw up in the middle of the night and you got tape on your mouth and you choke on your own vomit? All right, let's go to phones on every line. Look at this. 800-990-1047. 800-99. Oh, we have all women. Renee, Michelle, Samantha, Lola. I think it's going to be all women talking about their guys have mouth tape to stop whatever their issues are, like snoring or whatever, when they sleep. All right, if you want to get in on this, folks, 800-990-1047. Mouth tape. To tape your mouth closed while you sleep to force you to breathe through your nose. Let me start with Renee in Lakeland. Renee, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, good morning.
All right, go ahead.
So I actually bought this stuff. It's not the one that's like called Hostage or whatever. It's a different brand. But I'd seen the ads for it on Facebook, and I have to wear a bite guard because I kind of grind my teeth, and I figured it would help me keep my lips closed.
I thought Renee,
bite guard, it makes it a little worse.
Renee, I thought you were going to say you're a biter. So Renee, you have a mouth guard and mouth tape?
I bought the mouth tape trying to hope it would keep my lips closed better so I wouldn't drool on my pillow with the bite guard.
Right.
And no, but I used it several times, and then I did have one of those, a couple instances where I felt like I was choking and was trying to like pull it off really quick, trying to get a breath. And I was thinking the same thing. If I was going to throw up, it's going to be really bad.
Oh, God.
But I have several packages left, so I will send you some in the mail.
Are you going to send us mouth tape?
Yep, I'll send you a package.
If you need
have fun with it.
If you need the address, just send me an email, mj@mjmorningshow.com, okay?
All right.
How's your drooling? Is that under control?
I guess it's okay. I guess it wasn't as big an issue as I thought it was going to be, but.
Oh, my God. What's that dog that drools the most?
The bloodhound?
Like the Turner and Hooch dog. With big saliva coming.
Right.
All right.
I knew I should have used an alias.
Renee, that's great. Thank you for calling, Michelle. That opens up a line. Does anyone use the hostage tape? That's what I want to know. 800-990-1047, or any comments on mouth tape to tape your mouth shut while sleeping, which I had no idea this was a thing until yesterday. Michelle and Trinity, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning, guys.
Hey.
So the problem is that breathing through your mouth actually leads to a lot of health concerns, including cardiovascular issues. So by doing this, by covering your mouth, you're prohibiting yourself from breathing through your mouth, obviously, which is restricting your ability to get some of these health concerns that are, I mean, you can Google it. There's a ton of stuff that breathing through your mouth leads to, and it's not pleasant stuff.
I mean, I don't get that. I mean, if you're just sucking air into your lungs, I mean, why does it matter?
I understand, but literally, have Michelle Google it while you're talking or whatever, and you'll see there's a list of health problems that are directly related to mouth breathing.
I know that mouth breathing is like a pejorative. I know that you've heard people say, "Oh, what a mouth breathing, doofus," or a mouth breathing, Neanderthal, or
MJ,
whatever.
MJ, when you think of peaceful, restful sleep,
right?
You picture somebody with their mouth closed, resting comfortably. You don't picture somebody with their mouth just agape, just. You don't picture that.
Yeah, but seriously, look up the list of. You will be shocked at how many health conditions that mouth breathing leads to.
Michelle, can you Google that? Just type in Google our Michelle. Michelle, type in problems caused by mouth breathing. Michelle, thanks for the call. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a good day, guys.
You too. Hey, Michelle, do you know, you sleep with me every night?
Oh.
Do I mouth breathe? Do I mouth breathe? Or do you have any idea? Can you pay attention?
I guess I will now.
Because I usually fall asleep before you every night.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing your Wordle or whatever the hell that thing is. Squirtle, I don't know.
Squirtle's a little bit different.
So, Michelle, can you video me and can you pay attention? Do I mouth breathe or do I nose breathe? I'm just curious. Samantha is in Tampa. Hello, Samantha. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, MJ, Michelle, Fester.
Hey.
Long-time listener.
Thank you.
So mouth tape is used as a treatment for Sjogren's disease also. I know someone else was just talking about it. It's used for medical conditions.
Hold on. What's the disease?
Sjogren's disease. It's an autoimmune.
Oh, really?
That causes completely dry mouth. You have no saliva.
Oh.
And it's even worse at night. So using the mouth tape, doctors recommend it to hold in any saliva that you do have in your mouth so you don't cause tooth decay and all that occurs.
Oh, wow. Do you have Sjogren's disease?
Yes.
Oh, so you don't produce a lot or no saliva?
Not a lot. I don't have it too bad, and I'm actually on some meds that help with producing saliva, so I haven't used the mouth tape, but when it comes to it, some people are using that to help with that.
Gotcha. Thank you, Samantha. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right, one more call, then I got to move on. But, I mean, the crap you learn. I learn stuff every day. Mouth tape, for crying out loud. All right, last call on this, Lola Seminole. Hello, Lola, MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey.
So I am in full accordance with Michelle. It's actually when you breathe through your nose, you process oxygen differently, and it's healthier. And I had to have a deviated septum surgery about 2 years ago and start mouth taping, but you have to do it gradually.
Oh, wow.
Or else you'll feel like you're dying. So you train your brain to breathe through your nose again, which is what you naturally do if you're not born with any problems. And it's amazing. Like, my sleep has gone from being horrible, and I slept through the night, but I was breathing through my mouth.
Yep.
And now that I breathe through my nose, and I just use like 3M tape. You start with those because those won't let you, if you have to vomit or you think you're going to throw up or whatever, those tapes will let you open your mouth. But I just buy like 3M tape now and tape my lips. Oh my
God.
It's amazing. Like, my sleep has gone, I'm 100 times better now that I sleep and breathe through my nose.
And you apply this
proper sleep.
You apply this every night. You put this 3M tape on your mouth.
It took me about 6 months to train my brain to not breathe through my mouth because I'd done it since I was a kid. But then I because of that, I had other health problems that I had to fix. Nothing serious, but if you don't sleep right, you have problems.
And so, which 3M tape are you using?
You know, like if you cut yourself and you have to put like a pad, it's that white
like
3M
medical tape.
It's
Yeah.
not sticky.
Yeah.
But the thing is most people think, oh, I'll just read about it on the internet. But there's actually a protocol. So my son was born with tongue ties, and I had to do it for him.
Hold on. Your son was born with what?
With tongue ties.
What?
So the frenulum under his tongue and his lip and his cheeks, he had tongue ties, which means he couldn't stick out his tongue.
Oh, my God.
Breastfeed properly.
Holy.
And they actually think that something like 60% of the population, don't quote me on the exact number, is born with tongue ties. And when you release them, you then have to train your children. A lot of kids, if you look up the tape for kids, you'll see a lot of pediatric ENTs are using it now as well. because the earlier you retrain your brain, then you don't grow up to be an adult with all these breathing problems.
I tell you what, could you send me a proof of life video? I want you to send me a video of you with your tape on your mouth, put a blindfold on. And if you could hold up today's newspaper. Oh no, I'm sorry.
Who reads a newspaper
there's no local paper published today. Yeah, the St. Pete Times or Tampa Bay Times, they only publish on Wednesdays and Sundays. All right, listen, Lola, thanks for calling.
Hey, thanks for bringing it up. It's a great issue for people to know about.
Wow, I had no freaking idea. All right, so I teased this yesterday, and look at this. I'm on time. It's 7:45. Folks, cherish this moment because this doesn't happen often when I'm totally on time. No. Hey, going to talk about this at 7:45. It's actually 7:45, and I'm going to talk about this. If you go on vacation, do you know what they recommend you do? If you go on vacation, there's a suggestion that you take a picture of this in your house. Think about this for a second. You're going on summer vacation or any time of the year. Take a picture of this item in your house, and this could quell anxiety. We got to go to phones and ask listeners if they know what it is. I'm going to do that. 800-990-1047. Let's see if somebody can get this quickly. 800-990-1047. Call up quickly. So I'm only going to spend a minute on this.
Hold on, you're talking about taking a picture of something to stop anxiety while you're on a trip?
Yeah. If you are going on vacation, if you're leaving town, take a picture of this in your house, and this could serve to reduce anxiety. It's not for all people. It's for some people. What could it be?
Some weird people.
What could it possibly be? What item is it suggested that you take a picture of in your house to prevent any turmoil, any anxiety, you being stressed out?
I thought this was going to be about insurance issues.
Yeah, just one particular item.
It's one item. One item in your house. Take a picture of this before you
Does
go on
every home have one?
Yes. All right, 800-990-1047. 800, look, every line is ringing. Every single line. All right, Andrew, hurry up. You know what? I'm gonna grab calls on screen.
Go.
Hi, MJ Morning Show. Who's this?
Hey, this is Nick.
All right, do you know what it is?
The stove?
That is correct. First call.
Wow.
What? Yes. Yep.
Your stove?
First call. All right, so what was your first name?
Nick.
All right, Mick, why should you take a picture of your stove?
Do you know it's off?
Yep, that's it. So how many people have OCD or they stress out, oh my God, did I shut the stove off? I don't go through that, but there are people that do. And it's recommended that if you have every single line, I guess we can probably tell you to hang up now because the first caller here, Mick, knew that you should always take a picture of your stove before you go on vacation. Thank you, Mick.
Yeah, I would never have guessed
He's out.
that.
He's gone.
He's taking pictures of people's stoves.
Yeah, if you're going for a weekend away, if you're going for 2 weeks away on summer vacation, take a picture of your stove. So if you're one of those individuals that worry about everything, oh my God, did I turn the stove off? Oh, did I leave the oven on? Oh my God, I better have my friend go over and check to see if I left my stove on. Take a picture of your stove and you can see all the knobs are in the off position.
People have legit mental issues, man. It's one thing
from mouth tape to you're leaving your oven on.
I thought it was going to be like your bed or your even your restroom because it's someplace that brings you, relaxing. I don't know, but your stove. So you don't worry about leaving it on. What are you baking a souffle right before you catch your flight? All right, kids. This meatloaf will be done in 30 minutes, and then we got to get to the airport.
Oh my God! I think I might have left the oven on with the casserole inside.
I've left the oven on for an hour. You bake something, you take it out, and then you forget about it. And my wife goes to the kitchen do you still leave the oven on? I'm like, oh, no,
sure.
Let's shut that off.
Did anybody see me pound my conch on my Instagram? Fessy, did you watch this?
I was MJ'd out on Instagram after the driver license segment.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right.
So I have to catch up on it.
Yeah, so I posted the video yesterday afternoon of me pounding my conch. First, I grabbed my conch
Yeah.
And then I pound my conch. And I make this unbelievable Caribbean conch stew. I love conch. And, people are like, hey, where can you get conch? Well, I get it at Publix. Carol's in the fish department at my local Publix.
Yeah.
And Carol can order conch. And a lot of people don't know this, but, a lot of times there's not conch in the case at Publix at the fish department. But if you ask your fish, ask for the manager. Ask for, the fish department manager, and they're able to order, these 10-pound boxes of frozen Central American, like Honduras conch. And, man, I'm a big conch fan. Yeah. And I made this conch stew, which is healthy and delicious. And if you want to see me, MJ, in the kitchen, Julian did the nice little edit job on this thing, and the video's on my Instagram. Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. And literally, I'm holding the conch and I'm pounding my conch. And Michelle, you got me that awesome, this is like a deadly weapon.
Oh, yeah.
You ordered me this German heavy stainless steel, meat pounding mallet. And it's more like a giant, spatula.
Yes.
But it's like an inch thick of thick stainless steel. I mean, this thing is 7 pounds.
All right, hold on. Conch is just
conch is like a snail.
Clam.
It's like a snail in the sea.
Okay.
Is like what?
Disgusting.
I love conch is fantastic.
Oh man, MJ just beating this.
Look at me beating my conch. Anyway, if you want to see this, I'll bring up the audio here. Here, listen. Unmute it. Just unmute it.
There we go.
We're going to stir it up, and then we'll just set it aside. Dice up a pound of mushrooms, a large onion, a green pepper, red pepper, 6 carrots, 7 stalks of celery, and 5 cloves of... Anyway, this is a great video. People love this. People are like, oh, my God, this is great. And people are like saying, MJ, you ought to have a cooking show.
No.
No. And the other video that we'll post either today or tomorrow is I made cacio e pepe, cheese and pepper, the famous Roman dish. And most people screw up cacio e pepe. Most restaurants can't make it right. I can. And we shot a whole video of me making cacio e pepe, just phenomenal. And we'll have that video posted in a day or so. You should always follow me at Certified MJ Radio on Instagram. That's Certified MJ Radio. 7:52 at the MJ Morning Show. No music, no commercials for a long time. We got another hour to go. An hour and 20 minutes plus of nonstop MJ is underway right now. So I mentioned this a while back. I teased this. Hey, coming up, guy gets a used pair of pants from Amazon. And we just brought this up. We just brought up
Amazon returns. We talked to somebody who works in the receiving center in Lakeland
wherever.
And she said if it looks good and you don't see hair, it's possible to get resent out.
The issue is some things are returned and then apparently sent back out as new. How did this dude know that the pants that he ordered on Amazon were used?
I can think of a couple of different ways.
Well, let me tell you how this dude, what's his name? Martin. Martin gets his pants via Amazon. They were even in the plastic, so he undoes the plastic, takes the pants out. He tries the pants on, puts his hands in the pocket, and inside 2 $20 bills and a Rick and Morty cigarette lighter.
That's pretty cool.
And people are like, shut up, bonus. So people are saying, people are commenting on this guy's video. Hey, W for the win.
Here's the thing. Is it possible that somebody bought them, tried them on, slipped a couple of dollars in his pocket? I mean, he didn't go to dinner in them, maybe.
Right. Thought he was going out.
Wait a minute. These had to be worn out because who puts 2 $20 bills and a Rick and Morty? Maybe the guy put them on and was getting ready to go, and his wife said, "Those pants look like crap. Go take them off."
I just got them from Amazon. I'm returning them.
Yeah. Oh, hang on a minute. Let me try them on. Let me put some money and a Rick and Morty cigarette lighter in the pocket to see what it's like.
Well, here's a problem. This poor bastard is looking for his Rick and Morty lighter.
Yeah.
Have you seen my lighter? The Rick and Morty one. I just had it.
You know, Julian, isn't he a big Rick and Morty fan, Michelle?
No.
I think Julian, our son, is a big Rick and Morty fan.
It's a pretty funny show.
But didn't one of the guys get in trouble on that show?
Like what kind? Like Me Too trouble or smuggling?
Something.
I don't know.
Human trafficking trouble? I mean, what is it?
And Rick and Morty, what does that run on? Does that run on like Cartoon Network or something?
It's like an Adult Swim type show.
Yeah,
it's an adult comedy.
It is an adult cartoon.
I tried.
Hello?
Hey, Rick and...
I'm a little busy. I'm taking out the dishwasher.
I told you, don't take out the dishwasher.
It's coming out.
Julian, don't take it. You're in bed. I hear you. You're not even downstairs. Hey, so Rick and Morty, where does that show run?
It was, oh my gosh, it was on Adult Swim.
Wait, what network is that?
That's like late night Cartoon Network.
Like, that's what I thought. So Cartoon Network. And Rick and Morty, didn't one of the guys on Rick and Morty get in trouble or arrested or what happened?
Yeah, I think it was a domestic violence issue, but like I don't know the full situation, but I mean I don't know, the show's the show's not the same because obviously it's not the same voice actors. And they're similar, but they don't sound the same.
So it was the creator. The creator, Justin
Roiland. Domestic violence charges against Rick and Morty creator dropped. And what year is this? That's March of 2023, a couple of years ago.
I think the original charges stemmed from 2020.
Gotcha. Anyway, so Rick and Morty, cigarette lighter, $20 bills in the pocket, used pants. All right, Julian, I got to run. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. I'm taking it out.
Don't touch the dishwasher. Leave it in. It's trying to piss me off while I'm doing the damn show.
Son of a bitch.
All right, so...
Oh, sorry, Michelle.
So people are saying keep the 220s, keep the Rick and Morty lighter, and just return the pants and get a new pair of pants. And W for the win.
But if there's nothing wrong with them, it's like when you go to the store, you don't know whether somebody has purchased that and then returned it.
Yeah, or tried it on in the store 10 times.
Then there is something so gross I can't even mention it. So people comment on this guy's video of finding 220s and a Rick and Morty cigarette lighter in his Amazon pants, his Amazon Basics pants that show up, which seemingly were new in the plastic, but stuff was already in the pockets. Pre-filled pocket. Oh, that's a thing. You know what? Oh, my God. That's a gimmick. That's a new brand of pants, pre-filled pockets.
You just put them on and go.
And you never know what's in it. It's like surprise pocket fill. Oh, surprise pants. Surprance.
All right, the name is great, but the concept needs some work.
Yeah.
Like a used hypodermic needle in the pocket. It's surprise.
Or maybe $20.
Surprise! You never know what you're going to get.
You either get AIDS or you can buy lunch.
Stop. So, yeah, I can't say this because people commented on this dude's video, and one lady said she found a blank blank in her skirts that she ordered from Amazon.
Blank.
Yes, in the... she knew they were pre-worn because she got a skort.
Is it a term that is frequently associated with NASCAR?
No, like skid marks?
Yeah.
No. It's,
okay.
It might even be worse. It's like a female issue.
Oh.
Yes. That's it. I'm moving on.
Gross.
I know. That's what I said. I said it's gross.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
Let's just stop at the Rick and Morty later.
Shut my conch video off. It's distracting me.
Your conch is great.
Thanks.
I didn't think I'd like your conch as much as I do. But
do you know what time it is, folks?
Don't say conch time.
Besides it being 7:58 at the MJ Morning Show,
I know what time it is.
It's time for Name That Cereal Recall.
Yes.
All right, so there is a recall, a very popular cereal. This is a regular breakfast cereal. There's a popular recall that has just been issued. And I need you to guess which one. I'm going to roll out a bunch of cereal brand names, and you tell me which one is under recall. All right?
Oh.
All right, let me see if you guys can get this.
This game sucks all the
All
time.
right.
I know it was a guessing game.
Hold on.
I thought we would guess cereals to you.
I'm going to give you the cereal names, and you tell me which one is being recalled right now for a safety hazard. You ready?
Sure.
Here we go. Frosted Flakes.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
That's actually one of the healthier ones. We had a report a couple of months ago.
Cheerios. Just stop me when you think this is the one under recall. So you got it. Frosted Flakes, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Cheerios, Fruity Pebbles.
I need to hear all the options.
Yeah.
Cocoa Puffs.
Better not be that one.
Honey Bunches of Oats and Metal Shards.
That one.
Yeah, I'll go with the one with metal shards in its name.
That is correct. Yes. Honey Bunches of Oats and Metal Shards is being recalled.
Wow.
Ugh.
Oh, man.
Are they really going to hurt you, though? If they're just little shards?
Are they at least covered in the honey goodness?
Yeah.
Thousands of boxes of cereal being recalled over fears of pieces of metal. Yeah. By the way, this is an FDA urgent recall. Yeah. Post cereal. They make the Honey Bunches of Oats and Metal Shards. They make the cereal, and it's a Class 2 recall alert. This means that the recalled product could lead to temporary or medically reversible adverse health consequences. In terms of ingesting metal, the damage can vary from mild to severe, with victims cracking and chipping teeth.
Yeah.
Or potentially suffering pain and punctures in their stomach or intestines. What about the esophagus?
Yeah, all of that seems highly likely.
You know, that's what I'm looking for in a breakfast cereal is, chipping my teeth, suffering pain and punctures in my stomach or esophagus. That's what I'm looking for.
I know that a lot of cereals are fortified with iron.
In this case, this was fortified with way too much iron. 5,300 boxes of Post Honey Bunches of Oats with almonds sold in 48-ounce boxes with 2 bags inside. Yeah, you know what this is? It's like a club purchase. You know, like Sam's Club or
the double bags in two bags, one box.
Yeah, apparently these went to Sam's Club. So that's the recall. Looks Florida though is not affected, but I just thought it was funny to go through the list of cereals.
As long as it's not, Captain Crunch.
Hey, did you see the email that went out?
Company email?
Yeah, company email went out.
I don't read company emails.
Yeah, I usually don't.
I haven't opened my email account in like 8 months.
I had to clean out my email box because my email box was 100% full. And my email in my corporate email was being turned away. Because I have not I think I viewed about 4 or 5 things in 5 years. So coming up October 5th, we will be here on 104.7 FM with the triumphant return of the MJ Morning Show. We will be here for 5 years as of October 5th. And I maybe have checked about 5 emails during the course of that time frame in my company box. And I have not erased anything. I've done nothing. And I got a notice 2 weeks ago that my email box was full and stuff was bouncing off. I did a test. Nothing was entering. So nothing had gone into my email box for 2 weeks because it was shut off, right? So I did open up my email by deleting. I just blew out the whole box. I erased everything.
There's nothing of importance.
Just gone. I erased the history.
I mean, anything in the last week might have something to do with your current life, but an email you got to your company email
nothing
3 years ago.
Right. So I get an email that poked through yesterday that actually caught my attention. Our corporate internet IT dude sends out an email. Listen to this. TSA alert. Avoid public USB charging stations in airports. Fester, how many years ago did we tell people not to do this?
It feels like forever ago. That's the worst place.
We have mentioned this numerous times. We mentioned this years ago that you should not use those charging areas. Sometimes it'll be like a rack or a stand or some kind of a stand up with circular platforms, and people can put their phones in there while you're waiting at the gate. Yeah, don't use those because hackers have figured out a way how to potentially inject your phone through the charging port, like a USB-C in most cases, with malware, or to introduce viruses to your phone. So you're never supposed to do this. We told you this years ago. So we get an email yesterday from Nick. Nick is, what the hell does he do? Nick is like a corporate internet, IT guy or whatever.
IT security and chief janitor.
Oh, no, he's senior. Listen to this. Senior vice president of information technology and security.
Oh, his place can
Tell you
throw
what,
around some titles.
I should be the senior vice president because, hey, Nick, we told this story on the air 2 years ago.
Hey, this is Nick here. I was listening to an episode of the MJ Morning Show from 2021, and it brought up a good point. I wanted to reiterate it with everybody. Watch out for the USB charges.
Hey, Nick, if you listened to the MJ Morning Show years ago, you could have put this memo out years ago.
Do you know the hacker term, MJ, for loading malware via a public USB connection?
Yeah, it's called juice jacking.
It's called juice jacking.
That sounds dirty as hell. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
That sounds like I'm going to get an FCC fine for talking about juice jacking.
Sounds like I got a new word to work into the vocabulary.
So Nick sends out this email yesterday, June 16th at 13:42 hours.
Does Nick specifically address juice jacking?
Yeah, he does. Listen to this. So the subject line is TSA alert, avoid public USB charging stations at airports. Hi, team. I wanted to pass along an important travel security update from the TSA. They've issued a warning about a tactic called juice jacking, where hackers use public USB charging stations like those found in airports to install malware or steal data from connected devices. Key points: avoid plugging your phone or tablet into public USB ports. Number 2, avoid your own charging cable. Use your own charging cable and plug into a standard AC outlet instead. And third point, this is part of a broader effort to raise awareness about digital threats in high traffic areas. You can read the full article here, and then he puts the link to the article. If you're traveling soon, please take a moment to review your device security and share this with anyone who might benefit. Stay safe, Nick. All right, in all fairness, the TSA did put out an alert.
Yes.
So TSA, the MJ Morning Show put out an alert on this years ago.
The TSA is just getting around to listening to older shows.
Yeah, they're catching up on our podcast.
Hey guys, I was watching this YouTube stream from 2021.
Are you ready for the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard?
Ever?
I
mean, you've come up with some pretty ridiculous things.
Yeah.
So graduations here in Florida are pretty much done. But graduations at other schools are going on around the country.
Yeah, the northern schools, some schools out west.
For the most part, here in Florida, all schools were done
by June 1st.
Yeah, by
first week of June, it was all over.
The end of May, most all schools were out here in Florida, but schools are in or ending, around the country, different days. So listen to this. Do you think there should be an elementary school graduation?
All right.
Or just like a high school graduation.
They jam so many graduations. We have pictures of Hudson graduating VPK. Then he had a kindergarten graduation.
Oh, God.
I think the elementary school is going to have a 5th grade graduation when he leaves elementary school. I don't know about too many middle school graduations, but they might. But yeah, they have several reasons to celebrate your kids' accomplishments.
Too much.
An elementary school graduation where parents were told that you could only clap one time for your kid.
Like this?
That's it. Boop, over. A one clap graduation. That's it. You can't go. Yeah, they announced.
Sir.
Out of here.
This is your warning.
No warnings. You're instantly ejected. If you clap more than once.
Get him.
Tackle. Swarm. Tackle.
The guy the one in the sweater vest. Take him out.
It's elementary school.
This is nuts.
Ma'am, stand down.
A mother by the name of Angelica Pueblas. She posted a video about the bizarre rule at her kid's graduation ceremony This was a small elementary school class of about 30 kids. And the parents were instructed that when each kid's name is called, you can only clap once. One clap per kid name.
All right, hold on now. Listen, okay, so it's an elementary school, right? Is it something that that she's kind of misrepresenting with, like, hey, it was a fun thing. Every kid gets one big clap, and then we'll cheer for the whole class at the end.
One clap,
One
apparently.
clap. Yeah.
That's it. One clap. That's it.
That is ridiculous.
What if
I told you it was ridiculous.
What if Grandpa's a little slow?
Oh.
It's like.
Or what if you coordinate with like your whole row of peeps, right? So I go.
Oh, like the wave.
Yeah.
I go ahead.
Then the person gets 3 claps, and each person only clapped once.
We got to work on this a little
We
bit.
do. We're really bad at it.
Yeah, imagine if you brought the whole family, all the abuelas, huh? They'll clap one time, that'd be awesome.
That is nuts. One clap per kid. Give me a freaking break. Elementary school graduation. One clap.
Do you think the elementary school graduations are ridiculous until you look back at the picture and you see your little 4-year-old wearing his little cap and gown, and they look cute?
Oh.
And then you realize what a pain in the ass they've turned into. And you're like, what happened to this kid?
So I'm looking at a list, and I saw this yesterday. The most dangerous beaches in the U.S.
Oh, any beach, really.
The most dangerous. But wait a minute. This list has a theme.
What? Shark bites?
No. Well, in some cases, maybe.
Hypodermic needles.
That makes it fun.
Well, shark attacks are part of the drill here. But there is something clearly very interesting, and there is a pattern to this list.
What, delicious people?
The 10 most dangerous beaches in the United States. Would you like to know where the 10 most dangerous beaches in the United States are? Let me read the list and tell me if you can figure out a pattern.
So I've always felt, I don't know why I feel this way, that the most dangerous beach isn't in Florida.
Say it again.
I've always thought that the most dangerous beach isn't in Florida.
You think the most dangerous beach isn't in Florida?
For some reason, I've always thought the most dangerous beach was like in the Carolinas.
Maine.
Researchers at Tides Chart, which is
Maine, those lobsters, those crustaceans just eating your toes.
Researchers at Tides Chart, a leading tide forecasting platform, are warning travelers to stay away from these 10 most dangerous beaches in the USA. Hi, everybody. I'm Casey Kasem, and we're counting down the 10 most dangerous beaches in the USA.
I hate these
lists. Coming in at number 10.
Yeah.
All right, so tell me if you can figure this out. See if you find something here. Number 10, Jupiter Beach Park in Florida. Number 9, Cape Canaveral, Florida. Number 8, Miramar Heights Beach, Florida. Number 7, Palm Beach, Florida. Number 6, Cocoa Beach, Florida. Number 5, Indialantic Boardwalk, Florida. Number 4, Miami Beach, Florida. Number 3, Daytona Beach, Florida. Number 2, Laguna Beach, Florida. Number 1 most dangerous beach in the USA, New Smyrna Beach, Florida. Son of a beach.
Okay, what are the factors that like went into making this list?
Yeah, it sounds like the laziest list ever.
Yeah.
All right, you ready? Number 1 spot, New Smyrna, a score of 76.92. The Tide Chart team said this beach, which lies on the northwestern side of Florida, is most likely to be hit by brutal hurricanes because of its location.
Okay, who's going to the beach in a brutal hurricane?
And to make matters worse, this coast has earned itself the title of the shark bite capital of the world.
Okay, that makes it dangerous.
Since it has the highest likelihood of shark attacks.
Can I get that on a T-shirt?
New Smyrna Beach has also experienced 12 surf fatalities between 2010 and 2024. Coming in at number 2 is this terrifying list continues. Laguna Beach. This Panama City beach had the most surf-related deaths, 39 to be exact, in addition to 9 shark attacks.
So they're all in Florida.
Every single one. The top 10 most dangerous beaches in the USA are all in Florida.
But
Because the sharks like to hang out.
but none of them are on our coast.
Yeah,
the Panhandle's not our coast.
Well, the Panhandle is Gulf Coast, but
not our coast.
Yeah,
It's not us.
It's the Panhandle. It's not the West Coast.
Panhandle people aren't our people.
Nothing in our area. Nothing from let's say Big Bend down. Nothing from Cedar Key down. Nothing in Hernando. Nothing in Pinellas. Nothing down in Manatee, Bradenton. Lee County. Nothing.
Oh, Florida's clear south of Chiefland.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's a lazy list if you ask me.
Yeah. You're telling me sharks don't hang out over there on the coast of California?
Yeah, or Texas. Or
listen, sharks are everywhere, and
Exactly.
sharks for the most part don't bother people. I mean,
what about all the alligators there in the bayou? Huh? if we completely forget about the state of Louisiana,
Yeah, we're worried about the sharks. Maybe we should be worried about the alligators.
bunch of ridiculous.
I mentioned this earlier in the show.
Mm.
Are we really celebrating and having major news stories on the local TV stations because the city of Tampa installed a new water fountain yesterday?
Oh, it's just the first of many.
Yeah, it's an initiative. It's a city initiative, MJ,
I don't
to
know.
bring hydration to the people.
Yeah.
In these parks.
Breaking news. A new water fountain has been added in Tampa.
When was the last time you went to a city park?
Ladies and gentlemen, the first street light has been installed in downtown Tampa. If you're sick of the hot summer days, experience the first building in Florida with air conditioning. It's the Tampa Theater. Welcome to 1927. I mean, we have news stories on a new freaking water. The mayor is out for like a ribbon cutting ceremony for a new water fountain on like 22nd Street.
This is exactly what I want my city to be doing. I mean, it's not the only thing
I want my city to fix the freaking potholes.
The cities do a lot of things. I'm glad to see water fountains in our parks.
Listen, extreme heat is a concern for the city of Tampa.
It seems like a thing modern cities would have are water fountains for the people to use, especially in the Sunshine State.
I don't know.
Kids are running around. Let's say if they don't have quick access to hydration, I don't want them to pass out, the little buggers.
I'd like to see how much it gets used before we install the next one.
So, Jane,
can we measure it?
Jane Castor, you want a water meter to see how many gallons go through the new water fountain?
Yes.
Mayor Jane Castor unveiled a new public water fountain at North 22nd Street in East Tampa yesterday.
But look how nice this fountain is, dude. It's got several levels of water fountains. It's got a bottle refill station, and it's got a little fountain at the bottom for the puppies.
It's got an adult water fountain. It's got a little kitty one a little lower. Then it's got the doggy water fountain or spigot or whatever.
It's called the bitch basin. It's at the bottom.
Okay, wait a minute. Stop. We had a water fountain at the park when we used to take the kids.
Right.
Would we ever let them use it?
No, because that is a germ brewing factory.
As opposed to dying of heat exhaustion, it's a viable option.
Yeah. How about you carry a water bottle with you? I don't know. It just struck me as funny that all the local news channels sent camera crews and reporters out yesterday to the ribbon cutting of a new water fountain.
Dude, you can see the guys from the water department installing it. I know that guy. That's Rocky. He's my buddy.
I don't poop.
Which, by the way, that is Tampa Water Department's in-house construction crew, which has saved us money, 35% less than if it was an external contractor.
I just find
it's a big initiative on the website of City of Tampa.
Have you ever seen a nicer water fountain than this one?
Look at it.
I mean, this is for tall people. This one's for MJ.
You know what else it does? Guess what? It can also serve as a bidet.
It could. You know what? I want the city to install more bidets.
Clean your crotch with the new City of Tampa water.
Tell me the mayor's not for that. If that was her re-election campaign platform, I'm like, yeah, we do need cleaner crotches in Tampa.
All right.
You're right, Mayor.
Listen,
The Clean Crotch County.
It just struck me funny that just a big hooplas. This is 2025 and we're celebrating a new water fountain. It seems just...
Yeah, God forbid we should have something that's actually moderately good news on the evening broadcast.
I'm just saying, for the cost of this water fountain, I think they could have filled about 32 potholes. That's all I'm saying. Because our streets are a mess.
Yeah.
Our roads are a freaking mess.
Especially since the hurricane.
In the city of Tampa. Anyway, it just struck me as funny. A couple other local items here before I move on. I got update on Matthew Perry and his death. Yeah, Matthew Perry is still dead. Oh, Fester, you ought to be really excited about another chunk of news I've got coming up in just a second. Get to that here momentarily. You know what I want to do quickly? I want to hold up. Do you remember the story we did? Remember the story? I'm going to have a visual coming up, folks. And I'll post this. Hey, Andrew, could you come in here real quick?
What's the issue?
I think I want Andrew to shoot. Andrew's on. That's all right. Forget it. You don't have to come in here. Forget it.
What is it?
So, do you remember the story we did maybe a week or so ago about how underwear is sort of a barometer for the economy? That when the economy is poor, that men don't buy underwear. That men wear older underwear with holes, and that it's the do me a favor, do a Google on this, because there were several stories out there, and I saw one of these stories. That's why I mentioned it. Go to the Google and just type in underwear economy predictor. All right.
D-I-C-K
predictor. T-O-R. All right, go ahead and hit enter on that. Look, the men's, this just came up. The men's underwear index,
it's called the MUI. MUI, that's what they refer to it in economics class.
Is an economic index that can supposedly detect the beginnings of a recovery during an economic slump. The premise is that men's underwear are a necessity in normal economic times, and sales remain stable. Unusual economic indicators. Anyway, the story that I had read, and we mentioned this on the air, is that when the economy is not doing very well, one of the indications are that men don't buy new underwear. Well, I want to hold up a pair of my underwear, and I brought these in. Michelle's giving me a look.
Gross.
Michelle had no idea that I brought in these. What are these? Fruit of the Loom, breathable boxer briefs. I put these on this morning, and the whole bottom fell out as I put them on.
Oh, no. Tough times at the MJ house.
So I'm holding this up to MJ TV right now, and you can see this on video. So I put these things on. I literally felt a part of the bottom fall out. And this is the bottom. This is the crotch area of the underwear. And
gross.
So man, these things have gotten a lot of use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or not a lot of changing. I mean, you wear them for a month.
So, Michelle, I think these can be thrown away.
Dude, you got a lot of friction going on down there, man.
Man, the bottom just dropped out of these suckers, man. All right, so the MJ underwear index.
But underwear erosion, once it starts to get a little holy, big holes just erupt.
In full effect. We got a couple of stories here locally that are just nuts. There's a dude in custody. Did you see some maniac just fired gunshots at a Clearwater police building?
No.
Was it? It was like was it the station and one of the substations of Clearwater Police? I saw the chief giving a press conference.
A suspect is in custody after shooting at the police substation on Clearwater Beach in the early hours of June 16th. That was yesterday. Clearwater Police said 25-year-old Gamaliel Reyes of Lakeland was arrested after he opened fire in the open bay area of the substation. So, is that like an open bay, and like where the cars are parked, like an open bay area?
Okay, open, yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Clearwater Police said bullets hit a police car, and the estimated damage is over $1,000.
Look at the bullet wound. Or bullet. Was that not a wound?
It's a bullet hole.
There you go.
Yes, the Ford Explorer suffered a bullet wound. No injuries reported after firing the shots. This is what's bizarre. So this dude, Reyes, fires shots at this Clearwater Police substation at the beach. And then he calls law enforcement to surrender. So he calls up the cops and said, I just fired shots at your substation, at your police building, and at a car. And then he says he wants to surrender. And then they take him into custody.
Okay.
What the hell?
That's a Win.
What is this guy doing? He's coming from Lakeland and then shooting at Clearwater police cars at a substation? And then he calls 911 to say, hey, I just shot your police car. Come and get me.
All right.
And then he surrenders.
So is this guy the worst citizen and then instantly turned into the best citizen?
Quickest case closed. I mean,
could it have been? Okay, here's a question.
This guy must have mental problems.
Or,
you think?
Or was it an accident? Was it an accident? Did the gun just go off as an accident and it happened to hit a police car? Instantly, this guy knows, I'm up Crap Creek. I do not want to be the subject of a manhunt. I'm going to turn myself in right now and go through the process. I mean, he is accepting his responsibility after an accidental gun discharge, which happens.
Accidental.
This wasn't accidental. He intentionally shot at the freaking Clearwater police building, hit a police cruiser, hit a Ford Explorer. No injuries reported. Gamaliel Reyes, 25 years old.
Does he have a rap sheet? I mean, is he a terrible person outside of this isolated incident?
So here's what he's charged with. Here, leave that alone. Let me control this.
All right.
So, facing charges of possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, discharging a firearm from a vehicle, and shooting into an unoccupied vehicle. Regardless of motive, thankfully, we didn't have any officers sitting in that vehicle at the moment.
Absolutely.
Yeah, said Clearwater Police Chief.
Chief Gandy.
It's Chief Gandy, yeah. I mean, this is nuts. So the guy shoots the car and then surrenders. You know what? He might have been listening to Q105. There might have been a song playing on the radio that prompted him to surrender. What a wacko.
Oh, hot hits all summer long. What's that, right? Q105. Hot hits. Don't hit the cop car. This is, I mean, I want to know more.
Greatest hits all summer long. Q105.
Right into surrender.
Tampa Bay's Q105. Q105.
All right.
Tampa Bay's Q105. Mason Dixon. Q105.
Not Mason. All right.
They just shot at Mason.
Hey now.
What the? Anyway.
Don't shoot at me on a Friday.
What
All right,
a freaking
so
nut.
let's plan the whole thing out. He's at the beach listening to Q105.
Yeah.
Q105.
Yep.
Obviously, Shot Through the Heart comes on, right?
Hit radio. Q105.
Shot through the heart and your tube. Yeah.
And then a song by the Police.
Which one is that?
Any Police song.
Oh, the police. Oh, wait. Okay.
Yeah,
just the band.
Just
Then just
the
the
band,
name.
the Police.
Yeah, gotcha. All right.
You name it.
Yeah.
And then he's like, seems like a pretty good idea to me.
The best music. Q105.
Yeah.
And then Surrender comes on. He's like, you know what? They're right. I'm gonna surrender.
All summer long. Q105.
Oh, no. This guy's going to be in jail all summer.
What'd you
long.
say?
This guy's going to be in jail
All
summer long. All right. I want to know more
here we
details.
go. Like a dumbass in jail.
All summer long. Q105.
There
Good
you
times,
go.
good time. I couldn't
Yeah.
hit that post like that. You're talented.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, listen, I want to know more details. Why does he call in? He could have ran.
Yeah.
You know?
Did they even have any leads until he turned
Until he
himself
turned himself in.
in? Yeah.
I mean, clearly this guy's not playing with a full deck.
I mean, Clearwater police instantly, they don't go to Lakeland to look for shooters.
And then let's go up to Pasco. So let's go from Pinellas up to very convenient because you got the Pinellas Pasco State Attorney's Office, right? A little dual county action.
It's going to be a busy office.
This dude from Newport Richey is facing felony charges because there was a road rage incident and then there was gunfire. This affidavit from the Pasco Sheriff's Office said that this incident happened on Friday. This is about 3 p.m. This is on State Road 54 near Starkey. 25-year-old Hunter Bibb Mr. Bibb, was driving a Dodge Charger. The two victims were in a Dodge Ram pickup truck. Bibb abruptly cuts off the victim's car, and a few minutes later, their truck pulls up beside his car. There were words, Fester, between the two vehicles, the two parties involved here.
Well.
At which point, the victims say that Mr. Bibb...
That is the funniest name. I'm sorry.
Pulled out a black handgun and fired 2 or 3 rounds into their vehicle. In return, the Ram driver fired 1 or 2 rounds toward the Charger. No damage to that vehicle. The truck had 2 shattered passenger side windows, a hole in the passenger side door, a hole through the windshield. Cops located 2 projectile fragments, according to Channel 8, and 1 spent shell casing in the victim's truck. Estimated $2,600 in damage. Mr. Bibb, told officers a different story, claiming that the victim fired at him first and that he only returned after racking around into the chamber of his gun. After firing, the Charger followed the victim through several intersections before making a U-turn and then fleeing in the opposite direction. Officers reviewed 911 calls that came in from both the suspect and one of the victims. The passenger in the Ram called 911 immediately after the shooting took place. According to the affidavit, both victims sounded distressed. Mr. Bibb waited until he was no longer following the victims before calling 911 and calmly told dispatch that he had been shot at. Bibb also provided police with a video of him following the victim's truck. While speaking with police, this is the payoff. While speaking with police, Bibb, B-I-B-B, explained his actions with the fact that he was outnumbered by 2 big guys and they were in a bigger truck. So that's why you shoot at them? 2 guys, bigger truck.
Yep.
I'm firing shots. Mr. Bibb.
See, I'm like a 12-ounce can size of Mr. Bibb.
You know.
And he's like a 2-liter size. He's really big compared to my little. And it's not like there was a whole case of me, all 12 of me. I was just a one little 12-ounce can.
You know what would have been funny? If the driver of the truck, last name was Pepper, and he was a medical doctor. He was a physician. So you could have Mr. Bibb and Dr. Pepper in a shootout in Pasco County.
Okay, so I've always heard in real life that those 2 men hated each other. Mr. Pibb and Dr. Pepper did not get along.
Really?
They were like rivals and nemesis. They hated each other. I mean, it was a deal back in the early days of the soda wars.
No.
You don't want to. Mr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper can hold his own. But let me tell you something. You don't want to F with Mr. Pibb.
Oh, Mr. Pibb is a badass.
He'll shoot you.
God, I wish I could find this commercial. There's a...
What, I'm a pepper, you're a pepper?
No. There's a hysterical commercial where the man in the commercial or someone, they call a guy Bibb. Oh, yes, and we're having a meeting with Bibb. And then he's corrected. Oh, no, the client's name is Bob.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the meeting, the guy said, hey, Bob. And then it's like, the name is Bibb.
Yeah.
What?
That was from around when your cousin got married.
Yeah. Oh, man.
That's a long time ago, buddy.
Fester, try and find the commercial on YouTube. I tried to do a quick search. I can't find it. It's not there. It's like Bibb, just Bibb TV commercial. Bob Bibb. Oh,
it was for Staples.
Staples. All right. Type in Staples. Yeah. Type in Staples TV commercial. Oh, it's hysterical. You know, it's kind of like the Dumas.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mr. Dumbass. I'm dumbass material all the way. Hey, Mr. Dumbass. And, maybe can we not find it?
I got one right here.
When'd your cousin get married? What year?
No. I go to regular. We got to find it. This is going to drive me nuts. You know me.
Just do Staples commercial.
Type Staples commercial Bibb. B-I-B-B. Yeah, try and see if you.
I don't think it's 2 B's.
Does that come up? Oh, there it is, right there. All right, it's Bib.
Yeah.
All right, it's 1B. All right, go ahead and roll this commercial. This is hysterical.
Brought to you by Rogue.
All right, hang on. We got to wait for the commercial. Hang on. All right, we got to wait for the commercial to play the commercial. All right, skip. What is that? Here we go.
Commercial. I wanna watch
Skip.
it.
Hit
It's a
skip.
commercial. I want to watch the commercial.
Damn it. Hit skip.
30 copies.
These should be on letterhead.
Letterhead.
No client's name? Bib. What's Bib?
The client's name.
Try Bob. Welcome aboard, Bob.
It's Bib.
Need to save on paper?
That's great.
And then the secretary has like a smirk on her face.
Oh, man. Just insane stories out of Florida.
Totally worth it.
You know who's going to go to prison for a long time?
Hmm.
I mean,
the doctor that gave the drugs to Matthew Perry from Friends.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's pleaded guilty. Yeah, Dr. Placenta.
So he can be
Placencia.
So he hasn't had a trial or anything, right? He's pleading out.
Oh, he's taking a plea deal. Yeah. So he's going to jail for a while. One of the doctors charged in connection with Matthew Perry's ketamine death, he's going to do some serious, long, hard time. He just has admitted he's just pled guilty to a whole bunch of crimes. According to new legal documents, which TMZ got their hands on, Dr. Salvador Placencia, one of two physicians arrested in the Matthew Perry overdose case, has agreed to plead guilty to 4 counts of distribution of ketamine. Yeah, federal prosecutors say they expect Dr. Placencia to formally enter his plea in the coming weeks, facing up to 40 years in federal prison. Both sides have agreed to a recommended sentence of 15 to 21 years. Still, that's a
stretch, man.
That's a hell of a stretch. And 15 to 21 years. Drowning in the pool, overdosing on ketamine. Oh, man. So what were these guys? A medical doctor, Hippocratic oath, do no harm. And and which one was the one that said that, let's see how much this schmuck will pay?
That's this one.
That was Dr. Placenta?
I wonder how much this moron will pay.
Yeah. Read that actual little passage from the story.
Yeah, it says that Estrada, which is the other physician I think who was working with this Placencia, wrote in September of 2023 in a text message, I wonder how much this moron will pay.
Because you had Matthew Perry, a drug addict with clear problems, needed help, and these doctors were joking on supplying him ketamine and the ridiculous prices that Matthew Perry would pay for the ketamine. And there was even a text message among the freaking doctors, let's see how much this moron will pay to get his fix for some more ketamine.
Yeah.
So the show Friends only aired for 10 seasons. So if the guy gets 15 years.
Oh, yeah. He'll be in prison for 5 years longer than Friends actually aired.
He can watch one episode a week for 10 years and then catch up on the first half of
I wonder if he's going to watch Friends reruns in lockup.
That should be part of the punishment. He has one episode a day.
You know what? They ought to just play this over and over again on loop. You know, in the jail cell, just over and over again, you play this damn song. Up, one clap. One clap. All right. What else do we have? Oh, yeah. Michelle, can we do the freak off little recap?
Okay, hold on, boy. I'm glad you said recap.
Why?
Because it sounded like you were making a proposition.
Michelle, can we do a freak off right now?
Yeah, Michelle, can we do a recap?
Hey, Michelle, guess what I have in my bag? I got some lube. I've got some Astroglide, and I've got some baby oil. Let's do a freak off right now.
Let's make it exciting and get some mouth tape.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly.
That's not exciting.
I'm surprised Diddy didn't have mouth tape. I'm sure he's not into mouth breathers, so,
Hey.
you know.
You know what time it is?
I'm shocked at this information.
That's right. It's time for Michelle's Freak Off Diddy Recap. What do we have?
All right, so the big news was that yesterday they booted a juror.
Yeah, this is the big item. So they booted a black juror.
Yeah.
And, man, this guy, he lied. To get on the panel.
Well, that's what they're alleging is that he made inconsistent statements about where he lived, whether it was in the Bronx or New Jersey, and with whom. So, this is all on the record, and they were able to make a substantive argument. The prosecutors made a substantive argument, and he was booted.
Yep. And you know what Diddy said? When Diddy heard they booted the juror?
I'm shocked at this information.
That's what he said.
He was replaced with a 57-year-old architect from Westchester, a white man with a degree in mechanical engineering who enjoys hiking and biking and is a fan of New York Mets.
Dude, that is not the person I want on my jury.
Why is this like a freaking dating profile?
I don't know.
Why do we need to know that?
That's information that was elicited during the voir dire.
Oh, Andrew, our producer, just said in my ear, it's like a game show intro. It's like the dating game.
Exactly.
And juror number 17 is an architect from Westchester County.
Your
He
Honor.
enjoys biking, Chinese food cooking, and rollerblading.
Your Honor.
Please welcome.
My client, Mr. Diddy, would like to know his turn-ons.
You got to wonder, did they ask questions like that about,
His turn-ons are long walks on the beach.
Oh.
My client wants to know, how does he feel about excessive use of baby oil?
Yeah. Right?
Turn-ons include pallets of baby oil and lube in the garage.
Get this guy on the jury.
Mm-hmm.
We need him. We need him on our corner.
So, we may have another juror that might get booted as well because this other juror has now been accused of blabbing about the case to other people.
Yep.
So I don't know to what extent. I haven't found any reports that really established to who he was talking. Was it a family member? Was it friends? But apparently maybe he was just talking to the other jurors. But you're not even supposed to talk to the other jurors about it. But it's kind of hard, 7 weeks here. And so finally yesterday, the jurors did see actual footage of the freak-offs. Before yesterday, they were only seeing still shots.
Right. So video was shown of at least one of the freak-offs. So,
well, they saw about 12 minutes
Okay.
of, I think it was I want to say a compilation,
Right.
just a few minutes from several different ones, because what they were establishing was the location of the freak-off. So they were making sure that this 2 or 3 minute clip was a certain hotel in New York, another hotel in New York, because they're trying to establish the traveling for the purposes of having sex.
But what was significant about the jurors being shown the freak-off video yesterday?
Right. It was not an open court.
Hold on. What was significant? There's something significant happened.
I don't know. I'm just. Yeah,
apparently, one of the jurors was giggling.
I was getting there.
Oh, well, go ahead. Tell it.
You go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Let's all say it
You
together.
go.
Let's all say it
Giggling, shaking heads,
Yeah.
and hand in chin. We got three different jurors that have expressed a variety or a range of responses to watching it. They had to watch it with headphones on. It was not shown in open court. That was one of the arguments early on. They did not want these videos to be available for newscast or rebroadcast in any way.
Newscast? What, somebody's going to draw a sketching of the freak-off? I mean, his cameras aren't in there in the first place.
No. I mean, they weren't showing it in open court at all, so that the reporters that were in there could see it. Normally, you have exhibits or evidence that might be presented, and this was just very private. They had headphones on. They said you could actually hear some of the sounds because it was so silent in the courtroom that you could hear some of the audio from the
headphones?
Events. Yeah.
And a juror's laughing?
Well,
It was a giggle.
It
It was a giggle. Hey, you know what I just thought of? Speaking of freak-offs, a little earlier I talked about my blown-out underwear.
Yeah.
That I put these on this morning, and I'm holding this up to MJ TV.
You haven't thrown them out yet?
And the whole crotch. I think I ought to give these away.
No.
We ought to see who wants my old blown out boxers. Do you think anyone would? Should I take a winner right now? Caller 21.
I mean, you can get some real fetish callers, dude.
All right, caller 21.
Not exactly who we're looking for.
Caller 21. Who wants my old boxer briefs?
Hey, MJ, I'll take your boxer briefs.
Who wants my old boxer briefs with the whole crotch blown out? It totally fell out this morning when I tried to put these on.
Oh yeah, this is Craig the creep.
Caller,
tell me more about your boxers. I want them.
Caller 21 right now.
Okay.
You'll win my old Fruit of the Loom boxer briefs. Caller 21 right now. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. If you're caller 21, you win my old boxer briefs with the total hole blown out bottom crotch area. They are clean. They were washed. They have They have a nice smell of like bounce dryer sheets. All right, caller 21 right now, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047 is how you get in. All right, so caller 21, good luck right now from the MJ Morning Show. Andrew, let me know when you have caller 21, okay? All right, Andrew screening right now.
All right.
Yep. All right. All right, Andrew.
Screen away.
All right, hang on. Caller 21. Do we have it? 15. All right, 16. Hang on a minute. All right.
We're getting there.
Almost there. Almost there. Hang on. I think we've got caller 21. Hi, good morning. You're caller 21. Hello?
Hey, MJ. Yes, hello.
Hi, caller 21. You're on. Who's this?
Yo, yes, this is Craig the Creep, and I want your underwear. Oh, I want it for my mantle.
Hey, Fester, you probably should leave the studio when you call in.
Well, I'm actually on the floor down here.
Yeah. Looking for
I had to lay
crumbs.
down. Oh, my gosh. Tell me more. What size are they?
32 to 34s.
What do they smell like?
I'm hanging up on Fester. But really, the phones are ringing. Hang on a minute. Hi, good morning. Who's this?
Oh, good morning. This is Phyllis.
Phyllis, why are you calling the MJ Morning Show?
Honestly, I don't know. I got caught on the end of the conversation, but I'm hopeful that I won something.
You did. Phyllis, you're caller 21. This is fantastic. Phyllis, you won.
That's amazing.
Phyllis,
what did I win?
You won a pair of my old boxer briefs by Fruit of the Loom.
Oh, I am so excited for that.
With the crotch is totally blown out, and but they do smell good. Okay, that's what matters. Phyllis, where are you right now? Where are you driving?
I am driving my son, and he's on his way to the orthodontist. He is not happy right now that I'm on the radio.
Oh, well, what part of town are you in?
Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch.
Oh, okay. Listen, it's only a short drive up to 4th and Gandy in St. Pete. So why don't you just delay? Just tell your son you have a quick errand to run before the orthodontist, and you got to go pick up MJ's underwear about 35 minutes north. Okay?
Okay, perfect. On my way.
All right. Thank you, Phyllis.
Thank you. Have a good one. Bye.
People just call. They have no idea why they're calling. They're just calling. Hey, call us now. Be the winner. 800-990-1047.
I heard I was going to win something.
Yeah,
you won, all right. Do they have to fill out a tax form for that prize?
Exactly. Yeah, they get 1099 on that deal right there. Yeah. All right. 8:47 at the MJ Morning Show. Can I shift gears to something really nice? You know what? We ought to do one of those segments and now the good news. There's so much death and destruction. There's so much awful news in the world that some of these news broadcasts, they have a feature, and now some good news or whatever. You know what? I've got one of these good news segments here on the MJ Morning Show.
That's fantastic.
I thought this was really, really nice. A Texas high school principal, for all of the graduating seniors, a graduating senior class of 443 students.
That's a pretty big high school, right? That seems like a lot of kids.
So, you imagine, let's say you got about the same number in each grade. I mean, it's a decent size. Probably what?
2,000
At least what? 1,600, 2,000 students, somewhere in that vicinity?
You're not factoring in dropouts and teen pregnancies.
Anyway, listen, here's the good news. Why do you have to cloud it up with teen pregnancies?
I mean, if we're giving statistical information, I just want to factor in everything.
Why do you have to screw this all up with Emma getting knocked up at 15?
Listen.
Come on. All right. So here's the deal. This is a nice story. The principal, Jason Mutterer, he's a mutterer.
Hello, student. Welcome to another day at school.
So Jason Mutterer of Mansfield Summit High School, Arlington, Texas, wrote a short personalized note to each of the 443 graduating students. Isn't that nice?
That's very nice.
A personalized note to all 443 students.
Okay.
That's nice.
How long was this note?
It was a short note. I'm sorry, I don't have a word count. But how many principals are writing a personalized note to each graduate? In this case, 443 443 graduating seniors.
Were they positive notes? Do you have examples of the note? Because, like, I can picture the principal writing, "Thank God you're out of here." Next. "You'll amount to nothing." Next.
Oh,
Your
those are
best
some nice notes.
Best days are behind you.
And then wait a sec. And then he put a dollar bill in each one. So he took $443 of his own money. Not only did he personalize a little note for each graduating senior, he also dropped a $1 bill in the deal. So a lot of time and $443 out of his pocket. Isn't that nice?
Drop this in an IRA now and you'll have $10 when you retire.
I thought that was just very nice. And that's the good news story of the day here on the MJ Morning Show. This is funny. Passengers get on a United Airlines flight. And, a lot of the planes these days have the seat back entertainment.
Yeah.
Not all airlines have it, but a lot of the airlines have the video screen right in front of you. You sit down in your seat. You got the video screen, which is implanted in the seat back in front of you. So these folks get on a recent United flight to Chicago. And on the video screen, it was funny. Flight information, my flight, flight map, destination, United. There's a picture of a skyline. Welcome aboard flight Bite Me 1 to Chicago.
Oh, man, that's great.
Instead of the flight number, it said Bite Me 1. What? How does that get in there? So it should say, welcome aboard flight, 862, 1497 to Chicago. And it said, welcome aboard, Bite Me 1 to Chicago. Estimated time of arrival, 8:34 a.m. All right, Fester's looking at this right now with Michelle. This is a picture. Someone took a picture of the seat back of the video screen and put it up on Reddit.
I think it's pretty funny.
Welcome aboard United Flight Bite Me 1. Now, the story that I saw said United Airlines passengers shocked by lewd message. I don't consider that a lewd message.
No.
I mean, if it said like "Welcome aboard," United Flight BJ or something. I mean, that would be a lewd message.
I can think of a lot worse than "Bite Me."
Yeah.
Anyway, but someone had to enter that. Was that like a flight attendant, the pilot? Was it someone in maintenance? How did that happen?
Do they have like a working title and all the planes are?
I don't think
Usually
so.
it has, what? Some of these planes now have your name.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I thought you were referring to until Fester pulled a picture up.
I've been on that. I think.
Yeah. JetBlue, I think, had it.
Yes. You get into the seat and, because it knows what seat number you're in.
Right.
And sometimes it'll say, hey, Todd, welcome aboard. Hey, Michelle, welcome aboard. I think it's JetBlue. Maybe we've seen that. All right. Folks, this brings to a close over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. And I'll tell you what, that was one hellacious hour. I was personally entertained. And, that's what I do. That's my goal. Every day when I come into this morning show, I strive to entertain myself. I strive not to be bored. And luckily, over the course of my broadcast career, that my intention to entertain myself seems to have been, for the most part, a good model because it seems to entertain a good number of people as well. So that's how I operate. All right, 8:54 MJ Morning Show. Back in a second. We've got almost an hour to go. So the 9 o'clock hour is next. What is Generation Z doing that is driving bartenders nuts? Bartenders are absolutely nutso about something that Generation Z is doing. What is it? We'll tell you next and a whole lot more on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. Don't move. How'd you like to save 10% with your garage door repair or some new installation? If you call my friends at bancodoors.com, you can bank on Banco, bank on the best. Banco Overhead Doors, this is the garage door company that I wholeheartedly endorse. This is a great company. Local company. It's not like some of the other garage door companies out there that they're owned by some mega conglomerate private equity company that they own they own plumbing and electric and garage door. No, Banco is local in the Tampa Bay area for over 40 years. If you want an honest garage door company, if you have a repair issue, number one issue for a service call is a broken spring. If that happens to you, don't get your wallet sprung. Call Banco. BancoDoors.com. You need a new opener. You need a new garage door. You want to upgrade to a hurricane resistant model. You want a hurricane-rated garage door. Anything garage door related, I'm telling you, folks, it's Banco. BancoDoors.com. Mention me, MJ. 10% off. BancoDoors.com. Veterans Ford wants you to act before the employee pricing DISA Mo Peers. And it's going to July 4th, I believe, is the last day for employee pricing. Hurry up. If you want that new Ford car, truck, or SUV, observe all posted speed limits, to Veterans Ford and grab this deal. You get to buy a Ford for what Ford employees pay for this vehicle. So you got a dude working on an assembly line for the last 30 years. They get Ford A-Plan employee pricing. And now Ford has made that available to all people, not, only Ford employees. So you go to Veterans Ford, get your employee pricing on the new Ford car, truck, or SUV, but you're going to get a great experience. You're going to get an operation that cares about you. You're going to get a Ford dealership that treats you well, smooth as silk on just getting everything done. Their service department's fantastic. For anything Ford, folks, you want Veterans Ford. At Linebaugh and the Veterans Expressway, and tell them that MJ sent you. It is on right now, folks. It is for a limited time. In fact, it's about half over because it only lasts through the month of June. People are driving for hours to take advantage of this incredible offer. IDC has rolled back prices and taking interest rates all the way back to zero. 5 years, zero interest financing. So you pay no interest until 2030. For a limited time on virtually any purchase, you can spread your payments out over 5 years, and it's principal only. No interest, zero interest financing for 5 years. Get the best price on any piece of jewelry now. Divide that by 60, and that's your super low monthly payment. This is a no-brainer, folks. Spectacular offer exclusively from International Diamond Center. Hurry, you only have until the end of the month. This ends on June 30th. IDC, International Diamond Center, Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota. And tell them that MJ sent you. Traffic's on. Here's Shriner, 8:58, MJ Morning Show, back in minutes.
We're still seeing delays.
This is driving bartenders crazy. And Generation Z is doing it. What the hell is it? Can anyone guess? 901 MJ Morning Show, final hour MJ broadcast here on a Tuesday. Can you guess? Any idea what is Gen Z doing? Generation Z, and Generation Z is what, 1996 to 2012? Is that Generation Z? Hang on, I looked up the generations before. Generation Z is
2012.
1997 to 2012 is Generation Z.
Oh, I've heard that Gen Z is drinking less.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is driving bartenders nuts.
I mean, I could see how drinking less would drive bartenders nuts.
You know, we ought to go to the phones, maybe see if we can grab some bartenders. You know, for bartenders, probably later in the show is better. Like if I'm looking for bartenders at like 6, 7, 8 a.m.
They're just getting home.
Yeah, but or they're sleeping because they worked late. But, you know, listen, we're in the 9 o'clock hour now, so there's more of a chance that bartenders could be awake. So this is it. Generation Z is infuriating bartenders. Why? They don't want to open a tab.
Yeah, they pay as they go.
Yes.
Huh.
What is that about?
I mean,
can I call Chloe quickly?
No,
I know she's at work, but can I call her
No.
quickly?
Yeah, let's call her at work about drinking.
Yeah.
She's leaving in 2 weeks.
I mean, what are they going to
Right?
do? Fire her?
Right?
They give her
You
a
know, I don't know.
What?
We haven't figured things out yet.
Well, I thought that she.
Yeah, you know, when you think, just don't speak.
Right.
Okay. All right, there might have been some top secret family information.
Chloe's coming, but she's, I mean.
Eventually her time there will come to
Right,
an
I mean,
end.
she's going to
Come
law
on.
school
but
soon.
It might not be.
It doesn't mean
Right.
you can call her and bother her at work.
Right.
Okay. All right.
All
So
right, I'm sorry.
She has a real job.
All right,
forget about
I'm
Chloe.
sorry.
All right. I can see we've touched
All
a
right.
sensitive subject
All right.
here.
Well, Michelle, why is it a secret? I mean, Chloe's going to law school.
Yeah, she is.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, boy, I'm in trouble. Now. Am I in
Ooh,
trouble?
I don't know. She's giving you the
I don't know. I'm
eat
getting.
poop look.
When aren't you in trouble?
Anyway, but seriously, Chloe is part of Generation Z, and I wanted to ask her. You know what? Let's go to phones. 800. Oh, Chloe's calling in.
Oh,
very good.
Can I take her call?
Sure.
You know
All
what?
right.
I mean, she's leaving in 2 weeks. What does she?
I don't know. I don't know if it's she's
freeloading.
Obviously, she's leaving soon because she's going to law school.
She's got senioritis at this job.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Chloe.
Hey, good morning.
All right. So I guess you're listening in one ear.
Yeah.
All right. Good. All right.
Good.
Well, no, I put it on my desktop.
All right. So, Chloe, you're Generation Z. You were born in 2001. Is this true that Generation Z, your generation, does not want to open up a bar tab?
Yeah, I rarely open up a bar tab unless I'm with someone and they want to do it. I will close out every single time.
Right, and that's the problem, that it's driving bartenders nuts that the Generation Z folks, they want to pay and swipe their card for every single drink instead of leaving their credit card with an open tab. Why? What is that? What is it about Generation Z that doesn't want to do that?
Well, I could think of a couple of advantages just by us talking about it. One, you leave the absolute second you want to leave.
Mm.
If I'm paid up, I walk out.
Instead of waiting, if the bartender's all jammed up and you got to wait for them to maybe deal with 6 other people.
I've been to bars before where, listen, it's taken a while for them to get to me, and it's 15 or 20 minutes from the time I say, let's go, to me actually walking out of there. So, I mean, you leave anytime you want to. You're not responsible for any errant charges. How many times have you got a tab and you're like, I didn't drink all this?
Oh, yeah.
And then suddenly that's the deal.
Who was it that said, was it you, Fester, or Michelle, that Generation Z is drinking less?
Fester.
I heard that Gen Z is drinking less because they're taking more edibles.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
but that is true, that we've had numerous stories that Generation Z is drinking less than previous generations.
If I'm getting all toasty at home with half a Xanny bar, I don't need to be adding alcohol on top of that, right, Chloe?
Right.
Hey. Well, first of all, I know that Chloe does not do edibles. And I know that Chloe, of legal drinking age, will go out with friends, and she will imbibe and enjoy an adult beverage.
We're talking about society right now, not anybody in particular.
Chloe, Chloe, are you among the Generation Z that's drinking less?
Do you know me?
Yeah, I highly doubt it. Go ahead.
Wait, I was gonna say, when you open up a tab, do you necessarily have to leave your card every time?
Every
or is it
time.
Just on file.
Yeah, no, well...
No, you leave your card with them was the old school ways.
Okay.
Like, you put your
That's
credit card
what I-
in, and they would hold it and just rack up the bill.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought, and that's why I think it's so unappealing to me and maybe others. If I'm giving them my card, I feel like I would maybe leave it on accident, to be honest with you. I mean,
and that's happened. We all know people where I left my card at the bar last night.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that sucks.
I left my card in San Francisco.
No.
Why do I know that song? Because my grandfather, Papa Al, used to listen to those old, beautiful music stations.
It is beautiful.
That played those like old standards, those old like elevator music songs. Yeah. Man, I wanted to shoot myself in the head with that song when I was like 6 years old, driving in my Papa Al's big old Cadillac.
I mean, also, Chloe, especially your generation, you've gotten beaten over the brow with don't give up your information.
Mm-hmm.
Credit card information is, we're super careful as to who has it.
Yeah, that's true.
Somebody's going to swipe my card or take a picture of it. I don't want it out of my possession. I don't like giving my card to the waiter to pay the bill. You know, honestly, for the card to disappear, then there's errant charges down the line. But yeah,
also, I think another thing that I often think about when I go out, when I get like one drink for myself at the bar, this is I don't know how anyone would feel about this, but I don't feel as obligated to tip or leave a tip, like a bigger tip. But if you rack up a bill of drinks, you might have to tip on that, right?
You know what? I don't know, because if let's say you order a drink and it's $10, you might tip 12 or 13, which is 30%.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get a whole bill and you see it's $100, you might only tip 15%.
Right. Or $1 per drink.
I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of times, tipping etiquette, tipping etiquette for a bar tab or per drink, it's usually $1 or $2 per drink. It's not always that standard 20% of like full service, as you're getting served at a table by a waiter. All right, Chloe, I got to run, and I think you probably should work. All right, goodbye.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye, sweetie. Michelle?
Yeah.
Are you serious about what you told me earlier this morning?
What did I tell you earlier this morning?
Give her a little help. I mean, it's been hours ago.
That you want a divorce?
What? What do you say? All right, whatever.
You don't know what you told. We're leaving the house. At 5:15 this morning to come to the studio. What did you tell me in the hallway?
I don't even remember, dude, what I said.
Really? Really?
It's like 5:15 and I'm not even awake. I'm sleeping in the car on the way here.
You said that you were not coming in tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Is that true, or are you just trying to, rankle me?
No, I think I need to take a sit-out day.
Yeah, so Michelle said early this morning, hey, I think I'm not going to come in tomorrow. Meaning, Wednesday, tomorrow. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to do. Are you serious? You're not going to come in?
I got some stuff I got to do, dude.
Oh, what? Is this like a done deal? You're not. It's just going to be Fester and me tomorrow?
Probably.
Oh.
I got to.
Probably?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right. So you got to tune in tomorrow, folks, to see if Michelle is here or if Michelle is not here. Fester, how excited are you? He's back. Did I not call this? I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure out, but what did I say? What did I say on the show, Fester? I said that he's going to sit out a year. There's going to be all kinds of drama, and then he's going to come on back the following year, and it's going to be the triumphant return.
Let's make no bones about
Joey Chestnut.
He is the GOAT, man.
He's back.
I am his biggest fan. Good for him.
So Joey Chestnut, what was the deal? He signed some endorsement deal with like some vegetarian hot dog or something.
Yeah. And then he wanted to eat that hot dog during the competition.
Yeah.
You can't do that because it's a Nathan branded competition.
Yeah, it's like Nathan's. They don't make vegan hot dogs. Nathan's
Okay,
is an all beef hot dog.
I don't even know why he would do that because when you just say hot dog, you're not going to eat a vegan hot dog.
Hold on.
First of all, you know what grosses me out? The whole
hot dogs.
No, I don't eat a lot of hot dogs, but
Yeah.
I love a good. Give me a good snap. Give me a hot dog. I don't want a grilled hot dog. Grilled hot dogs suck. I want a New York boiled hot dog.
Gross.
Even at Nathan's, they cook them on the griddle.
I'm telling you right now, I want a boiled like a New York City soubrette street vendor. I want a boiled dog where you get that crunch, that snap from the outer shell, the casing.
No, you get the crunch from it being on the griddle or the grill.
No,
Yeah, but you don't get the snap of the casing.
I want
casing cracks on the grill.
I want the snake. I want the casing snap, Michelle. And I just want a New York dog. I want a steamed, delicious soft bun with a boiled hot dog with casing snap with mustard and sauerkraut. I'm a New York dog guy all the way. Love it. I just don't eat a lot of hot dogs. Because listen, they're not the healthiest thing for you. But
they're not.
So Joey Chestnut is back. But what I was going to say is I love a good hot dog.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole what is the like Impossible Burger or like the plant-based meats?
All of the Impossible, they make a whole line.
That grosses me out.
Okay, that's the brand that Chestnut signed with.
Right, but that
it is.
But the whole plant-based meat crap grosses me out. And hasn't the sector fallen?
And you love vegetables.
Oh, I
so
love.
how does all that stuff gross you out?
I don't know. I love vegetables. I could be, if I wanted to be, I could be a vegetarian.
I mean,
what are you laughing at?
As you mowed through some massive steak you bought last Friday at Costco, you could be a vegetarian.
I could.
Yeah.
No, not a chance.
I could have like meatless Mondays, but that's about it.
Yeah, exactly.
So Chestnut last year signed with this Impossible Foods company, and they make a hot dog that's a direct competitor. Now, Michelle, you asked why would he do that? He did it for a check.
Oh, but I mean it kind of just goes against his whole, presence, like his personality.
Do you know what doesn't go against his personality?
Making money.
A big old check. And this Impossible Foods company, they are a billion-dollar company.
So is his contract over? So now he can compete again? What's the deal?
All right, so here's what we know. This is what we know about Joey Chestnut. He says, I'm back. He announces the return to the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. And by the way, can I point out that how much red meat do I eat, Michelle? I love a good steak, but how much red meat do I really eat?
All the time.
Tell the truth.
Once a month, you have a burger or a steak.
Right.
Well, the kids are home. Well, both kids are home right now, and they're big meat eaters, so you're eating a little more right now.
Yeah. So last week at Costco, there was some gigantic bone-in ribeyes, like 2 pounds each, bone-in ribeye. USDA Prime. Tell you what, Costco's got some decent meat.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I think I said before, they're the number one meat buyer or provider.
Right.
Really?
Also, Costco's the biggest wine seller in the country as well. But
the
Costco,
volume that they do pales in comparison to every other.
But true or false, Costco does have better meats than Sam's.
I don't know.
I think that Costco is like, because you can get USDA Prime, which is like, less than 2% of available meat in the U.S. is rated USDA Prime. I bought these massive freaking tomahawks, massive bone-in ribeyes. And, you know what I learned? So I use a carbon steel pan. I've got a big, 12-inch carbon steel pan to sear.
Okay.
So I'm not a griller. I know that, much to Fester's chagrin, I'm not a griller.
I don't think you're perfect.
For my steaks, I like to pan sear in a carbon steel or a what's the other?
Cast iron?
Cast iron, thank you. So we've got cast iron and we also have carbon steel. I've been using carbon steel mostly because I get a great sear, and sear it for 3 minutes on each side, and then I broil my steaks in the oven to the appropriate doneness. at 4:50 or so.
You should really start a food podcast.
And that's my favorite.
Are we getting back to Joey Chestnut?
But hey, we will. Hold on a minute. You know what I learned about Costco?
What?
So these giant tomahawks with this giant freaking Fred Flintstone bone sticking out of the end, I knew they were too big to fit into my pan, into my carbon steel pan.
To cut the bone for you?
So I asked them, hey, can you guys just trim this bone for me? Leave maybe an inch or two sticking out? Nope, we can't do that. I'm like, what? I didn't know this. I learned for the first time, Costco will not, once your steaks are cut and put out, they will not cut the bone for me. So I had to go to the garage and get a hacksaw.
Yeah. This is what they were doing last Friday in the kitchen.
I'm serious. I luckily I had
we were there. I wouldn't go into Costco. They both came out, MJ and Julian, and they were talking about how they were going to do this. And I was like, just kind of listening. And all I heard was him going, no, I have a hacksaw in the garage. We'll just grab that and hold it across and also. And I was like, what?
That's my problem with you. Where's that Instagram video?
What?
That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
You with a hacksaw and a white apron, we're just getting covered in blood.
You know what? I am going back to Costco to get these unbelievable bone-in USDA prime ribeyes. I will go back in the next week or two. And I'll tell you what, just for you, Fester, I will shoot a video
I want to see that.
Of me having to saw the bone in order to fit them in the pan.
Why don't you call me over to eat it too, huh?
Oh, by the way, in the Cacio e Pepe video, which Julian is editing, which will be posted in a day or two, we have a quick little cutaway glamour shot because I cooked the ribeyes with Cacio e Pepe night. So we had both Cacio e Pepe and the ribeyes. But the next time, I will shoot me hacksawing the bone in our kitchen. Because who knew that Costco butchers would not shave your bone?
Here's what one listener says.
Yeah,
it's because it's a different price point and it adds to the weight.
Oh,
let's say the bone weighs half a pound. You're paying.
I don't just
$30 a pound.
Just charge me.
That's not.
I'm fine. Just cut the bone. I'll pay with the. I'm still going to pay what the sticker says.
Mm-hmm.
They have to reweigh it.
Yeah.
You don't need to reweigh it.
Listen,
just
leave
leave the regular sticker on. I just want.
I'm giving you ammunition next time the Costco guy wants to not cut your bone.
I'm going to get a bandsaw for the garage.
You need one.
That's what I need.
Yeah.
I need a bandsaw. So the once every 45 days that I get a bone-in ribeye, I can cut my own bone. Anyway, where were we? Oh, Joey Chestnut.
Oh, yeah.
Joey Chestnut.
Listen, if you don't believe me that he's the finest athlete, first of all, who is LeBron? Let's say LeBron. Let's say you believe LeBron James is the best athlete in the world. Put 10 hot dogs in front of him and see what he can do. He can't do it.
Yeah, I hear you.
10. Who's the greatest quarterback? What, the Tom Brady guy? Who's the greatest guy? Patrick Mahomes right now? Put 5 hot dogs in front of Patrick Mahomes. And
he could eat 5 hot dogs. Come on.
Dude, I bet you the average man can't.
I can eat absolutely. I can eat 5 hot dogs. Give me a break.
You would be hurting afterwards.
I would not be hurting.
3.
I can eat 5 hot dogs easily.
I'd rather.
Michelle, when we go to when we're driving through the Bronx or something, we're on 287 or whatever, and I see White Castle off on the side of the road. How many do I order?
I don't like a dozen.
A dozen, and I mow through all dozen White Castles.
But that's not a hot dog.
Yeah, so
it's
fine.
very
What's
different.
your fine? Put 10 hot dogs in front of Mahomes. Put 10 hot dogs in front of MJ, and then suddenly you got the meat sweats.
All right, so Joey Chestnut's back. So do we know what the deal is? Does he still have the contract with the Impossible Meat Burger?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
You know, I bet you Major League Eating, the sponsor, and Nathan's realized, you know what? The event suffered last year because of his star presence.
Absolutely. And, you know, Mickey Sudo, friend of the MJ Morning Show, competitive eater Mickey Sudo. You know what? We ought to call her quick. Let me see. You know, I'm going to try to get a hold of her and see if we can talk to her next. See if we can get Mickey Sudo and her husband, Nick. So, Nick, he's on the male side of the Nathan's contest. And I want to know what they think of Joey Chestnut coming back. I'll tell you what, we got to take a break. And then I'm going to try to see if I can get them on the phone in the next segment to see what they think about Joey Chestnut coming back. And then Joey did make a statement. I guess he's going to... Joey Chestnut announced he'll be competing in the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest this year. officially ending his beef with the annual tradition.
Nice.
I'm thrilled to be returning to the Nathan's famous 4th of July hot dog eating contest. Hey, do you have the audio? Yeah, we do. Hold on a minute. Andrew pulled the audio. I forgot about this. Yeah, so here's the audio. Here's Joey Chestnut.
Last year was tough, but it's life. Eventually, I'm not going to be competing there, and it was like it kind of sucked that it wasn't my choice, but it kind of makes you hungry when you have to go without something in order to know how much you appreciate it, and I'm definitely hungry for this year. 2.5 weeks. I'm going to be putting down some hot dogs.
So what was the story? The Nathan, since he endorsed the non-meat.
A direct competitor to Nathan.
So Nathan said he couldn't compete, but they kind of, bit off their nose to spite their face.
That would work here, yeah.
Yeah. So, people want to see Joey Chestnut. He's the draw. But what did I say? I said that he's gone last year. And I said there's going to be a triumphant return, and there's going to be a huge breaking news blast that Joey Chestnut's coming back the following year. And exactly what I said is coming to fruition.
It's I'm going in. I'm going to drop the hammer, and it's from first minute to last.
Listen to this.
I want to be dominant.
Listen,
it's going to be ridiculous. That 80 number on the 4th of July has always been amazing. It'd be kind of a dream, but if conditions are right, that's doable. But the 4th of July record is 76. So if I can get close to that, that'd be insane.
So the record is 76 hot dogs. He says he's going to drop the hammer. He's going to try to hit 80 hot dogs eaten during the 4th of July Nathan's contest at Coney Island.
So the guy who won last year, Bertoli, he finished with 58.
Oh, I mean, what a pansy.
Yeah.
What a bitch.
What a bitch.
What a hot dog bitch. All right, we got to take a break. Andrew's laughing. So when we get back, I'm going to try to get Mickey Sudo and Nick, competitive eaters, and they're both at Nathan's. I'm going to see if we can get them on the phone next and see what they think about Joey Chestnut coming back. All right, 9:23. Will I get him? You'll find out next. If not, I got a lot of crap in the final segment that you're going to love. MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. Traffic's on. Let's grab Shriner with the latest back in a minute. Jane's Addiction rejoiner earlier today. That sucks. Hang on a minute. Let me shut this off. Let me hit a different rejoiner. You know what? I meant to hit this one just above it. Yeah, see? Yeah. It's better. Oh, wait a second. It's in mono. Let me open it up to stereo. Folks, you hear that? Yeah, for whatever reason, I had a sound bite that I monoed earlier. So did you hear the difference? Let me shut this off. Let me play it again. All right, so this is what mono sounds like. So not stereo. Here it's narrow, and now I'm going to push the button and turn it into stereo. Listen how it opens up. Here we go. Hear it open up? Audiophile talk with MJ here on the MJ Morning Show. All right, 9:30, it's the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show, and I did send a text to Mickey Sudo, the world champion female competitive eater, who... You know, she always wins the female portion of the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. And they live right here in the Tampa Bay area. They live right out in like Brandon, Riverview area. And a friend of the show. And she said that she'll come in live. Prior to Nathan's, she said that she and her husband will come into the studio live a couple of days before they go to New York to do Nathan's this year. But I wanted to call her up to see, hey, what do you think about the announcement that Joey Chestnut's coming back? But I did text. She's usually really good about getting back to me. So
she'll get back.
Yeah, let me see. Whether we have her on in this segment or tomorrow, I'm sure we'll have her on. All right, couple of things before we get out of here today. We got a good chunk of time, so we got a long segment here. This just made me laugh. For whatever reason, this just made me laugh. Kings Island is an amusement park.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I don't know where it is, though.
It's up in Ohio. So I've never been to Kings Island. But when I think of Ohio, you have like...
I've heard of Cedar Point.
Yeah, that's like Sandusky, right?
Yeah.
You have Sandusky, Ohio. Then you've got Kings Island. So you got like two big amusement parks, in Ohio. Listen to this. I've never heard of this. Kings Island visitors are warned to keep their mouths shut on amusement park rides. Why do you think that Kings Island visitors at this big amusement park, why are they being told, keep your mouth shut while you're on our rides?
I mean, you got to think bugs?
That is correct.
Mosquitoes or?
Cicadas.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
A cicada is that's like a 2-inch bug, right?
Like a giant cricket or grasshopper looking thing.
Is it another infestation year?
I guess something's going on. I
thought they only
now it's brood 14.
Oh.
All right. This is crazy. There's a roar heard throughout Kings Island in Mason, Ohio, but it's not just the crowds on the roller coaster. Cicadas from brood 14 have made their way to the surface this summer. What the hell is brood 14?
I thought that there were two tribes of cicadas, and one was every 7 years, and one was every 10 years.
This is brood 14.
Last year was the super year that both of them blossomed.
Yeah.
Brood 14 was first seen by the Pilgrims in 1634.
Must have scared the hell out of those pilgrims.
My God.
Come all the way to this land just to have this screaming bug?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're fleeing what? You're fleeing
the oppression?
Religious oppression.
Let's go back, and you come back to the hell bug just screaming at you all the time.
Yeah. So cicada brood 14 is invading Kings Island, and they have to warn people, close your mouth if you're on the roller coaster, because you could end up with a cricket down your throat, with a cicada down your throat.
I mean, you'd swallow it, right? I mean, if you're screaming and or you inhale and catch a cicada,
it would be like the autopsy scene in The Silence of the Lambs, which we've mentioned this twice in one show. What are the odds of that? Because in the autopsy scene, where Clarice does put the menthol underneath her nose, And the menthol thing, that came up earlier on the show because our dishwasher smells like death.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I got to check my email because what do we need? A Bosch? We need a Bosch dishwasher. And I don't want to pay full retail. Retail's for suckers. So who wants to sell me a new Bosch dishwasher? Seriously, I got to buy one like now.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to sell me a good Bosch dishwasher, send me an email, mj@mjmorningshow.com, because our dishwasher's dead and there's water in the bottom and it smells like autopsy water. It's disgusting. I've never smelled anything this bad in my kitchen with the stagnant water that's in our busted dishwasher. Anyway, so we were talking about the menthol underneath, like Silence of the Lambs. And then, if you remember, in that scene where there was they pulled the moth out of the girl's throat.
Yeah, I remember.
So that would be just like
visiting this King's
Island
Ugh.
up in Ohio. That's insane. Hey, this is funny. I don't know why I laughed out loud also when I saw this. Jamie Lee Curtis reveals why she did ads for yogurt that make you bleep.
The probiotic one.
Yeah.
She got into trouble for that.
Activia.
Activia.
Activia or Activa? What was it?
I think it's Activia.
Why don't you bring up a commercial? Go to YouTube and just type in
Jamie Lee
Curtis yogurt commercial. Yeah, Activia. Yeah. Activia is the name of the yogurt. So I guess she recently did an interview, and I guess she was advised against it. I guess her lawyer, her agent, her friends saying, "Why are you doing a probiotic yogurt?" And the headline is Jamie Lee Curtis. This is page 6.
She probably got paid.
Yeah. Jamie Lee Curtis reveals why she did ads for yogurt that makes you bleep at the height of her career.
No, I mean it enhances your stomach enzymes.
Yeah.
Yeah, with cultures, right? With
it makes your body do what it naturally does.
So here's Jamie Lee Curtis doing an Activia yogurt commercial back 15 years ago in 2010. Hit it.
So, Kate, you were stressed, a lot of junk food on the go, and you were
A little irregular, sluggish.
My daughter needed Activia.
So I gave it a try. Wow, it works.
Now she has a spring in her step.
I'm loving it every morning.
Help get your system back on track. Activia with Bifidus regularis helps regulate your digestive system.
There you go.
Would you recommend Activia?
I already have.
She recommends it. What are you waiting for?
Bifidus regulara.
That sounds very official.
I want a bowl full of Bifidus regulara.
You have a bowl full of
You know what?
other things.
This is the best tasting Bifidus regulara I've ever had. Michelle, do you like Bifidus regulara?
I don't think so.
I like the effects it has after eating fast food on the go, and I feel a little bloated and sluggish.
So the reason why Jamie Lee Curtis, and where'd she do this interview? She did ads for Hitachi, Legs Pantyhose, Voice Stream Wireless. I don't remember what that was. But then she sold the probiotic yogurt, and she told the crowd at Amazon Port at Cannes, Lyon, Lions or whatever, in 2025. She said when she first signed on as an Activia spokesman, agents, lawyers, friends were saying, "Why would you do this?" Why? And she said the answer was, "I was trying to stay home with my kid." She says these days being in ads while in the prime of your career is much more normal. She said, this is hysterical, quote, "I sold yogurt that made you bleep for 6 years, and I won an Oscar." What'd you win an Oscar for, Michelle? So during the time,
I think she won an Oscar for that Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Can you look that up?
I'm pretty sure that's what she won an Oscar for.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, that movie was great. I believe that the crossover has now happened. We can advertise and pretend simultaneously. There has been a paradigm shift in the way we as consumers take on our content, and there is no stigma anymore.
Yeah, she's right. I mean, the place where we held Hollywood stars with this, very quick, fulfilling, media. Look at the guy. Who's the guy who does Farmers? He's like one of the biggest actors out there. He's in everything.
J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, he's in everything. When he won his Oscar, I remember the host, the Doogie Howser guy, comes out and he goes, bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. He's so affiliated with that product.
Tell you what, that quote from Jamie Lee Curtis,
Yeah.
she sounds smart. Isn't she like a genius or something? Isn't she like a member of Mensa? Look that up. And, that whole thing that she has got both, male parts and
You don't
female,
believe that?
That's not true.
Are you sure?
That she's or what was it? That she had both parts or she's a hermaphrodite or, that's false. That's not true at all. But I believe, type in Jamie Lee Curtis Mensa.
Nothing comes up with
no,
Mensa.
then maybe... I thought she was like she sounds smart. I mean, that quote I just read was very smart sounding.
Listen, she wants to stay home. Your priorities are not to do a movie and be away from your family for 12 weeks.
But Fester's right. It used to be sort of a stigma. So when Catherine Zeta-Jones started doing those, I think she did like T-Mobile commercials, she was like trolled for that horribly. But Jamie Lee Curtis is over here doing, yogurt commercials, but they have reasons for doing them. Like even Jennifer Garner, Ben Affleck.
Capital One.
Right. People say to her all the time, like, oh, you haven't done a movie in forever. And she's like, because I'm raising a family. It's hard sometimes to go away for 6 months on set or, and commit to a big project when you have little kids that you do want to be around.
Like, I wonder if, like, Capital One for Jennifer Garner, I wonder if that pays like billions of dollars.
She's probably their top spokesperson.
Oh, yeah.
She's probably
No, you've got Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah,
he does it. He's in a lot of spots also.
Yeah, but Jennifer Garner's been doing it for a long time, and she has that business, that farming business that she like farm to table, fresh foods business that she promotes with the card.
With the card, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of money and celebrities, guess which television news personality is under the microscope for, I got to be honest, this is a lot of money.
Hold on.
If you can get it.
Hold on. Jennifer Gardner? It's not publicly known.
It's not Gardner.
Whatever.
Garner.
Who cares?
She's a gardener, too.
She's not in the garden with a hoe.
She is. She has a garden.
She
has
is.
a garden. She has a farm to table. Estimated $15 to $20 million for a 5-year contract.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
15 to $20 million for a 5-year Capital One credit card contract?
What's in your wallet, Jen?
Yeah.
$15 to $20 million apparently.
Yeah. I guess what you don't have to do.
Can't even fit in my wallet. That's how much money they're paying me at Capital One.
Do a bunch of mediocre movies.
Yeah.
Why are Capital One's interest rates so high on their credit cards?
Got to pay Jen.
Because they got to pay Jennifer Garner $15 to $20 million.
Who also happens to be a gardener.
She has to pay the gardener.
Yeah, she does.
I know. I think she likes to garden.
She is involved in like some kind of an organic.
We said that.
Yeah.
Just a couple seconds ago.
I'm just reiterating what you said.
If you listen to this.
if you're listening.
How much are they paying Samuel L. Jackson to do Capital One commercials? See if that's on there. See if he's making more than Jennifer Garner.
Salary.
All right, go ahead. Oh, wow. Samuel L. Jackson earns an 8-figure salary, at least $10 million a year doing his Capital One commercials. So wait a minute. In 5 years, he could make $50 million, while in 5 years, Jennifer Garner is only making 15 to 20? Discrimination!
Yes, the black guy is making all the money. Yeah.
What's in your wallet? It's a subpoena for a lawsuit because I'm being discriminated against.
He's the bigger star.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, he is. That's true.
He's
All right,
a top-tier star.
All right. Fine. All right, so speaking of money, guess which television news personality is under the microscope for an exorbitant salary based on, I guess, what the performance is. And look, I'm all for if you can get it, get it. But I can understand why this is under the microscope. I'll narrow it down. Which cable news personality?
I've always heard that the MSNBC Rachel Maddow has
Rachel Maddow.
What?
Rachel Madcow?
What is it?
I don't know.
The Rachel.
It's Rachel Maddow.
Rachel Manno.
Yeah.
Rachel Manno.
She works like 1 day a week, I think, right?
I heard that she had to take a pay cut, but the pay cut was like $5 million, but she wasn't sweating it because it was still like a $25 million salary.
Some ridiculous
Then they rolled
number.
back her work schedule.
Let me give you a hint. It's not MSNBC. It's not Rachel Maddow. Yeah, you got me mispronouncing her name.
I didn't know that I mispronounced it.
You did. It's Rachel Maddow. Maddow. A lot of people say Maddow. I believe it's just Rachel Maddow.
All
Maddow.
right, so what network is it from?
I'll
Or
give
tell
you-
us some other ones it's not.
I'll give you a hint.
This is CNN.
Was it?
Well, that dude's dead, isn't he?
Well, that dude's
No,
dead.
no. Yeah, James Earl Jones has passed, but he's the voiceover guy.
Yeah.
This is me dead.
All right, Fester. All right, so I just gave you a hint.
Is it Wolf Blitzer?
It is not.
Is it-
Wolf Blitzer reportedly makes, I think, about $4 million a year.
Anderson Cooper.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Anderson Cooper. Michelle,
Yeah.
you are correct.
You know, you either love him or you hate him. People love him, or they despise him.
You know, I don't dislike him.
Yeah,
you know, I don't.
he's really nice. I think he's genuine.
I don't think I see eye to eye with him on
Yeah.
everything, but I'm telling you right now, I can admit, I do not dislike Anderson Cooper.
I think he seems
In
like
fact,
a reasonable guy.
I think he's kind of a likable guy.
He
And
is.
I don't always agree with what he says, whatever, but I don't dislike him.
Yeah.
But apparently, what's being scrutinized, and
Uh-huh.
especially with CNN not doing that well ratings wise,
Right.
he's making $18 million a year at CNN.
I didn't think he was making that much.
Yeah. CNN's Anderson Cooper rakes in $18 million annually, according to the New York Post, as the network faces spinoff amid ratings free fall.
Yeah. I think they're all getting ready to get cut because they are separating that now. It's not going to be Warner Brothers Discovery anymore. They're taking off all the TV parts, and that dude who wanted to be the head of a movie studio, Zaslav, he's doing it now.
Doesn't Anderson Cooper have money out the wazoo from his mother, Gloria Vanderbilt?
You know what? I don't know that he really does have a lot of money from that.
So I think he took his own path. I think he.
Yeah.
I think while he loves his mother, he doesn't live off of her estate.
Yeah.
$18 million is what he's allegedly making, and that's a lot based on, the CNN performance. What else? Oh,
But if people are tuning in for him because they like him, then maybe not.
You give me grief sometimes.
I do. Just sometimes.
That if I like in the house, I like to take my shirt off. I like the coolness.
Even Fester's already laughing.
Let's talk about Anderson Cooper more and your affinity for him.
All right. So I do in the house. I like to take my shirt off because I like just the cool breeze blowing through my chest hair, like I'm standing on top of a mountain with a York peppermint patty.
The cool breeze that only exists because I jack the AC down.
Yeah. By the way, your whole AC thing, where you're like, the bills will stay the same or go lower. Let me tell you right now that our bill was running about, even with summertime, our AC bills were like $500 to $600 a month. I just got a bill with you now jacking all of the ACs down to 73 degrees. I just got our bill for $772.
That's because you come in right behind me and jack it up.
What?
You come right behind me and jack it back up.
Michelle, I'm telling you that you running the house like a freezer right now is raising our bills. Okay. The whole thing. Oh, leave the whole house at 72, 24/7. Oh, she's doing the little small record player.
No.
Anyway.
It's a violin.
It's the world's tiniest violin.
By the way, Andrew said your little tiny record player was out of frame. Well, you got to do it in front of the camera.
I wasn't doing it for everybody else. I was doing it just for you.
No, well,
do it just for you, buddy.
Do it in front of the camera.
That's the world's tiniest violin. Let me play you a sad song on the world's tiniest violin.
Whatever. All right, so
woe is me.
All right, so what am I getting at? So
I don't know. What are you getting at?
Well, you yelled at me for cooking with no shirt on. The shirtless chef. That is a TV show. People say I should have a cooking show. MJ, the shirtless chef. What do you think?
Fester.
Give it a shot.
Coming this fall to the Food Network.
Fester, who in your house does some of the more of the cooking? You or Allison?
I think I do.
Yeah. Right. Do you ever do it without the shirt on?
I do it naked often.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Hang on. I want to know what you think about this. There's a photo that popped up of Gwyneth Paltrow standing in front of the stove topless.
Big difference.
So it's the back of her. So you see her back, and Gwyneth Paltrow is cooking some goop on the stove, and and she is topless, but you don't see the front, you see her back.
Okay, let me just
So
make
are you going to give her crap?
I'm going to just guess that her chest is not full of fur that may or may not have
Right, here it
something in it, like food or
I'm holding the picture up to MJ TV right now.
other, stuff.
That's the picture of Gwyneth Paltrow with no shirt, topless in front of her. What's that expensive French brand? Like that Anna and Bob have. What?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the stove she has.
It's very nice.
Yeah, that's an expensive French stove.
Your friends are so fancy, you have to go by Anna and not Anna.
Yes.
Anyway.
Anna.
All right, so there you have it. So your answer to that is that I have more chest fur that could end up in the food I'm cooking?
Or what's been in the chest fur.
How about some Caccio-y chest fur? What do you think?
Oh, my gosh. Okay, that's just disgusting.
Should we end the program on that note?
Yes.
Well, we'll call it a day. Oh, man. Let me just look and see if I left anything. Oh, I have. We'll say this. I got plenty of stuff for tomorrow already. I hope you enjoyed today's program because I sure as hell did. I liked some of the rabbit holes we went down today. Rabbit Hole Radio. It's the MJ Morning Show. All right, we'll see you back here tomorrow, folks. If you need to get a hold of me, my private email is mj@mjmorningshow.com. Follow me on Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. If you didn't see me pounding my conch, if you didn't see me making this unbelievable Caribbean conch stew on my Instagram, the full video of me cooking it in the kitchen with a shirt on is on my IG right now. Certified MJ Radio. Give me a follow. 9:50. We'll see you back here tomorrow, folks. Enjoy your Tuesday. It's the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. And let's be careful out there.
Download the app now. Get the Q105 app and listen to us anywhere. Powered by Anna Jar and Levine.